Good morning. Ooh. Good morning, guys. We are here today. Nvidia is down after DeepSeek has announced that they are getting into their own chips. So some news came out earlier today regarding China's DeepSeek developing its own AI chips in a push that may reduce reliance on Nvidia chips, according to Reuters, citing 3 people familiar with the matter. The chip is designed for inference instead of for training new models, according to sources. And Nvidia is down on this news this morning. If you look at Nvidia here, Nvidia has fallen all the way down to 190. Hit 190s this morning. It's at 191s right now. We had the Samsung pre-earnings, I believe, come out overnight, and they did really, really well, but chips are still pretty weak here this morning. Look at MU. MU is down to 930s this morning. SanDisk is down to 1640s. So chips and, everything else not really doing that great this morning. Again, look at SanDisk. SanDisk is all the way down to 1647 this morning. 1647. It is not looking that good. We had more strikes that essentially happened over the weekend or overnight as well. Oil did jump back up to almost 70 here. It's still reacting less than it did, obviously, over the last few months in terms of movement, but it's still at $69 a barrel for oil right now. And so a lot of stuff's going on today. Nvidia is at a pretty big level. Spacex was added to the Nasdaq this morning as well, although even when we look at Spacex this morning, Spacex is down. It's at 158. So, yeah, rotation. Buy the rumor, sell the news event. Again, Samsung posted all-time earnings record for any tech company, which kind of proved AI demand. Again, DeepSeek confirmed alternatives are coming. Bitcoin, if you look at it, is still sitting at 63,000 here. So we can watch to see if we get any spillover on that. MU is down under about 5% in pre-market. Nvidia is down majorly as well. And so, what's up, chat? How you guys doing this morning? A lot of volatility this morning, honestly.
Good morning, everybody.
Britt is here as well.
Yep.
Man, AI telling me Nvidia's at 150s. You got to yell at it a little bit here. But yeah, volatile morning, honestly. Volatile morning. Gold, if you take a look at gold this morning here. Gold's sitting at 41.5s. It's down on the day also. SpaceX is down almost 2% on Sell the News event. Again, they officially joined the Nasdaq 100 before the open today. Index funds started buying this yesterday. And overnight, we had more strikes. We heard news that 2 tankers were hit. I believe they were Qatari tankers is the news I remember. So Qatari tankers. But yeah, so again, Samsung had good earnings, record earnings, down 5% for the Kospi overnight at the close. Samsung down 7%. SK Hynix is down big, and that's probably one of the things negatively impacting memory plays this morning. SanDisk down to 16.5s. MU down to 930s here this morning. So they are pretty weak as well. Western Digital also down like 6% apparently. If we take a look at Western Digital here, so they're not doing great either. They're at 538s right now. Again, Samsung apparently posted 89.4 trillion won, which is about 58.4 billion, an all-time record for any tech company. 19-fold year-over-year jump and more. So, yeah, but the big news dominating markets today. Again, Nvidia down after DeepSeek announced they're getting into their own AI chip. China AI lab DeepSeek is now seeking its own AI chip. It follows their April 26 version 4 launch of their Huawei chip, not Nvidia, but it reduces Nvidia's exposure in China. Direct competition threat to Nvidia as well. So, interesting. We'll see what happens here. Let me say hello to the stream. And, yeah, let me get my banner fixed here since AI...
My question is, what did you do to cause all this, John?
I woke up this morning. That's what I did here today. I woke up this morning, I said, you know what? Let's tank markets, is what I said here. We can take a look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq at 29.6, so under 30,000 again here. Let's say hello to everybody.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello, guys. Let's see. What's up, Proxy, Steve, Emis, Kevin, VAF, Max, AI, Ryan, Dam, Plasma, Central Scrutinizer, King Solomon, Ashun, Robert, Arif, Film, Tam, Steve, Slum, DJ, Barnyard, my dad's account, Zeke, Proxy, Tone, AJ, Max, Kevin, Edson, Knight, Ace, Doc, Pew, Proxy, I think I said Proxy, Brian, Solar, Rocks, DH, Stinger, Grundy, Charlie Show, Weston, Andre, Visual, Sky, Eric, Shadow, Chris, Matt, Checkerboard. Did I say Charlie already? What's up, dude? Egg. Yeah, Yeah, Taco Tuesday. I don't know, bro. Look, the big watch is Nvidia today, man. Nvidia looking kind of sketchy. I'm over here in the shadows, apparently, because it looks all dark over here on my end this morning. But good morning, guys. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning. Cheers to everybody here. But yeah, Nvidia.
Morning, everybody.
DeepSeek news. Kind of sketching people out here. 190s. Oh. Yeah, just go ahead, Brett.
I'm just gonna ask if Trade was messing up for anybody. I can't get it to load.
I don't know. I'm not really running into any issues, but it could be. It definitely could be. So yeah, Iran's IRGC fired at least 2 missiles at ships in the Strait, according to Axios, citing sources. It was separately reported that one was a Qatari LNG tanker. So Brent spiked up a little bit. Fars News reported that Qatari tanker attempted to pass through the Omani route and ignored repeated warnings. Foreign Minister Arachi said negotiations on a final deal will not commence if threats continue. Tech stocks fall after Samsung shares plummeted post-earnings. Again, Nasdaq down about 1%. Dollar index is incrementally firmer. The Japanese yield marginally outperforms after Japanese officials push back on reports that government is urging BOJ to lower rates. We have the ADP employment change coming out at 8:15. Not a huge report, but it could move markets with crazy job stuff. We have the trade balance for May coming out at 8:30 as well. A couple Fed speakers today. But yeah, the big story is the Kospi index and Samsung. Let's see if we can find a graph for Samsung here, but it did not do well. Kind of buy the rumor, sell the news for its earnings is what people are interpreting this as. But yeah, not good for Samsung. Kospi index down pretty big on it. By the time SpaceX reaches Mars, I'll save up enough on Instacart to retire. Yeah, let's do a poll here today, guys. Bull, bear. Bull or bear on markets today, guys. Let me know how you feel.
The poll was going to be, are we going to Mars? You know?
Maybe. All right, so the poll is now live. So far, we see 70% bearish this morning out of a couple votes. That's a very small amount of votes. Apple versus Micron. Yeah, we can take a look at Apple here today. But again, the big news dominating markets, there's 2 big stories. There's really multiple, to be honest. It's not just 2 this morning. It's strikes overseas, escalating tensions. I don't know if that's the biggest story. The biggest story is probably Nvidia and DeepSeek recently. You can see how much Nvidia fell. Nvidia was at about 194s prior to this news coming out. They are now at 191s here. So you can see the negative reaction in Nvidia to the DeepSeek news here. They have dropped pretty substantially percentage-wise down here on this news. And this is already in a market that was negatively reacting. Like before the DeepSeek news, you know, the Kospi index is down. Samsung is down, even though Samsung had great numbers for their earnings. So Samsung's earnings were great. They were not bad. But markets interpreted as buy the rumor, sell the news dynamic. Again, Kospi down 5%. Silver's down. Gold is down. SpaceX is down, even though they were added to the Nasdaq 100. And markets are nervous this morning. Yeah, so Kospi is kind of a leading indicator for global memory because it includes Samsung, SK Hynix, you know, and so it reacts to memory plays. And so again, SanDisk, guys, memory. down to 16.5s here. So look at the drops we've seen in memory. They've sold off. SanDisk was at 2380 basically on the 25th of June. It's now at 1650s. That's a very, very large percentage drop from its highs up there. But yeah, Reuters again reported Chinese AI lab DeepSeek is developing its own AI chips. It's the final step in sovereignty for China AI push. Direct threat to Nvidia. Nvidia's down. Yeah, so Samsung in their earnings overnight posted an operating profit of 89.4 trillion won, which is about 58.4 billion, an all-time record. Beat consensus, revenue beat, overtook Nvidia and Apple for the highest quarterly operating profit, third straight quarter of record profit for Samsung. But again, strangely enough, markets did not like this. Kathleen Brooks said this is a record for Samsung, but rather than placate the markets, these strong results have led to fears that AI chip sales boom cannot be sustained. And again, with the DeepSeek news, might make markets even more nervous today. But we'll see what we get. Look, here's the S&P 500, 75.75, still down on the day as well. Again, MU down to 930s here. Hyperscalers like Google actually green. Apple's up. AMD had a good day yesterday. It's pulling back. It's at 528. And yeah, that's what the markets are looking like today. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the big stories of the day here. Let's see what the chat's got to say. Are you scared? I'm not really scared. This is business as usual for markets, honestly. With the recent moves that we've seen, it's kind of business as usual. There's nothing too crazy.
The only thing that really scares John is thunder.
Oh yeah, you know I am Thunderbrit. You know, that's what they say about me. I know it. I feel it. Probably.
John, are you gonna do you sing the Thunder Buddies song?
No, I don't. 75.20 holding on the S&P. I'm gonna be a Burry bear for now. Yeah, the big story. Michael Burry announced that he was getting an MU shorts. Was it in Nvidia, MU, Caterpillar, and a couple other stocks short? Was he correct, guys? Put yes or no in the chat right now. Was Burry correct? I did a 3x leverage with SanDisk, pull in, pull out, got lucky, put that money into the S&P and forget about it. Yeah, S&P can fall down. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I was just laughing at a comment.
What's up? Good news. I'm a permable. It's the only way we go to the moon. Apple versus Micron, low margin versus super high margin. Yeah. Looking at our poll, 51% are bearish today. 49% are bullish. Is it time to buy the dip? Or are you guys nervous about this? Eventually, he'll be right. Looking like he is right. Ain't he always right? No, he's not always right, bro. He's definitely not.
Sometimes he's never right.
I would say 20% of the time he's right every time.
Yeah,
but
that's what I would say too.
Honestly, I think it's probably less than 20% over the last 20 years regarding Michael Burry. You know, I think he's been right less than 20%. The big joke is he's called 1 out of 22 market crashes. So,
I mean, it was a good one to call.
Yeah. Oh, he got one right for sure. Who is more right, Britt or John? Well,
depends on what you're talking about. I mean, to be fair, if you're talking about stocks and the markets and stuff, John.
If we're talking about cooking, Brit, you know, definitely. Yeah. SpaceX is entering into a new business, super positive for entry in telecom. Blurry is correct eventually. Yeah.
Hey, John, are the birds bulls or bears?
I don't know. They're out here today, though, bro. They are out here. Again, let me know.
Just shout all your trading options to them and see when they tweet.
Yeah, I'll just scream it. Everything I got to say, I'll just scream today. The chat would love it. Hey, what's up, Hero?
Oh, yeah.
His prediction rate is less than 10%. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah. Mondays I can work in Walmart. That's the spirit. Keep chasing the stocks. Eventually I'm going to catch one. Yeah. Didn't pop up on my feed. Well, yeah. SpaceX is ramping up its telecom business. Counter the fear. Yeah, SpaceX again got added to the Nasdaq here. It's starting to rebound though. It's not as down as some of the other names this morning. But yeah, U.S. equities again seeing downside today. Nvidia down, DeepSeek news exacerbating the losses we've seen in the wake of Samsung's Q2 prelim update overnight. And it was a good update, but again, Kospi Index, Samsung, SK Hynix, all down pretty significantly on this news. So let's see what we get. It could be a buy the dip news. You know, things are down, especially memory. Is it time to buy memory, guys? MU's down to 920s. SanDisk is down to 1600s, which is the lowest it's been in a minute here. And so, you know, we're pulling back pretty heavily in memory plays here. Nvidia's down. So we're getting Nvidia dips, chip dips, SK Hynix, Samsung dips, SanDisk dips, MU dips.
Dude, they're right. I'm sorry. One of them says you look like
One of those gangland documentaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did, dude.
Do I? What do I
Yeah,
look
you're
like
all you're all like back in the shadows, like.
Oh, I see what you mean. I just looked at it.
Yeah, I can just see it's like, oh, excuse me, is this thing on? You know?
Yeah. So we went in there, guys. You know, face is hidden. Face is hidden. I don't know why it's so dark here today, bro.
The way you gotta behave in prison, you know.
Yeah, let me see if I can find a light. Hold on, Brett, hold it down for a second. Let me see if I can find a light.
Oh, you're never gonna find a light. Just turn the light on in the room.
No light for me today, I guess. I always open the blinds.
I called it, didn't I, chat? Just immediately. No light for me.
Is that too much light?
All right, chat. Does John find a light? That's the question here.
Is that better? Is that better? No, it's still the same.
That's a little better, I think.
Yeah, it's still the same, man. Nvidia just cracked 191s, though. So Nvidia did just crack 190s. Or hit 190s.
Hey, y'all are right, guys. John is wearing pants. Awesome.
Yeah, I always wear pants, bro. That's my motto.
Not gonna lie and say that I do, but hey, you know. To each his own.
Yeah.
The important thing is I'm here.
Yeah, we're here, guys. Is Nvidia buy the dip right now? Are you interested in buying the Nvidia dip right now, guys? What do you guys think?
What did it just break under?
191s. It's at 190.70s right now.
I mean, wasn't it in the 180s yesterday?
No, it was at like almost 200 yesterday.
Oh, well, I'm still not buying it.
Yeah, I mean, 189.80 is the low of late June. So 190s roughly is the low of late June. We'll see if it holds. But is it time to buy Nvidia? It's a little risky after the DeepSeek news, but you could also say this could be an overreaction for Nvidia here, no? Is this overreacting a little bit? Dip buy is going to be strong. I was on vacation when I bought Spacex. We haven't unlocked you yet. Yeah. You need more credits for that. Yeah. I'm surprised, honestly, that I'm this dark here. I think if I actually raise my seat, I sat at this seat and you can see me a little bit better if I do it like this. I don't necessarily like it. It's less comfortable. Yeah, look, as soon as I sit up, you can see me.
Let's see. I believe that when I see it.
Here I am today, guys. I am here. Look. You can almost see me.
Yeah, you just needed to be backlit. Should have hired a professional photographer sooner, John.
Yeah, so Nvidia, again, down because DeepSeek, China's DeepSeek apparently are getting into chips. China DeepSeek developing their own AI chips in a push that may reduce reliance on Nvidia, according to Reuters. Reuters posted this, citing 3 people familiar with the matter. Apparently, the chip is designed for inference instead of training new models, according to sources, but it's making Nvidia dip under 192s this morning. So Nvidia's down. It closed at about 195s. Yesterday was a slightly green day. We had a lot of rebounds, but then, you know, again, markets are down for a few different reasons. It's not just Nvidia. It's MU SanDisk down after Kospi corrected from good Samsung earnings. Samsung posted record numbers, but did not react well. Samsung down, SK Hynix down, Kospi down. And then after that, we got the Nvidia news this morning, about an hour ago, regarding DeepSeek. And so, yeah, making people nervous this morning. I'm not in a motel, bro.
I want to preface this with, I'm not saying I don't believe it at all. I'm just questioning. Who in the chat thinks China is actually successfully developing their own chip?
I think they're trying to, you know.
Well, no, I'm sure they're trying to. I'm just saying, based on past records, who thinks they're going to be successful?
Yeah, I mean, they'll eventually be successful. But I think it's also kind of, it's also a little bit of posturing, I'm sure, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only paper hands are nervous, nothing new. They will be.
And to be clear, I wasn't saying they won't. I'm just asking for y'all's opinion.
Wall Street expects semiconductors to have $1 trillion revenue now. Below $1 trillion be a dump. Meta's looking good. Yeah, Meta. We got the Fed minutes report tomorrow. Meta's actually up to 606. It's back over 600s. Yeah, Nvidia's got a big head start on them. You know, is the big thing, right? Like, so Nvidia, they've got a huge head start. Yeah, I mean, I figured they were trying to develop their own. I mean, you got to think there's so much competition with us that, of course, they're going to be trying to develop their own. They don't want to rely on our chips, you know. And they've even encouraged, tech companies not to buy, U.S. chips historically. So it is one of those things where, of course, they're getting into. What happened to Brit? Did we lose Brit? Hello?
How'd you hang up on me?
Dude, my mind did. Telepathically.
Your mind's telling you no?
Yeah. That's right.
I want to start that again, though. That's a funny song.
Yeah. Yeah, look at SanDisk here, guys. SanDisk got 1640s here, dude. Down a huge percentage from its highs up there at 2380s. So, percentage-wise, yeah. It's down a pretty big margin here. Yeah, again, SanDisk was at 2380 in late June. They're now at 1640 here. So percentage-wise, that's a 30+% drop, roughly a 31% drop from all-time highs. Yeah, S&P 500 today is down as well, although, it's less tech-heavy, so it's not down as much as some other names. Like here's the Nasdaq. Nasdaq down to 29,600. The low of the day is 29,550. So I'm watching that low. You can see quantum stocks, Rigetti. They're at 17s. You can see QBTS. You can see some other QUBT. So you can see quantum stocks moving a little bit, but they're down. AMD had a good day. Meta is up. You can see Meta right here. But yeah, Nasdaq down. Did anyone think memory stocks will go straight up forever? Yeah, like I said, I thought they were a little extended, but it doesn't mean we're not going to rebound on it, today. MU looks kind of cheap down here, but I don't know. What's the PE ratio of MU here? Because I think, okay. These are reacting to the Kospi and SK Hynix and Samsung sell-offs, right? Samsung posted record earnings. So the fears could just be like sell-offs from profit taking, I think, with MU. So MU apparently has a PE ratio of around 22, which is not a bad PE ratio, and that's when it was at $9.75 a share. It's probably lower now. Forward PE is considerably lower on MU, so as long as the bottleneck thesis holds, the PE ratio on MU as of now, especially at 920s, is not at a super high point. It's not at a super high level. Again, is it time to buy MU in chat right now? Is it time to buy MU in chat right now? Yeah, we got the FOMC minutes tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do. It's Warsh's first one. We had Warsh's first FOMC a couple weeks ago. So I don't know what we're going to get for FOMC minutes report. Of course, we're going to stream it live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I don't know what we're going to get. We also have ADP jobs in about 30 minutes here. Time to buy Microsoft, Amazon. Dollar cost average. I got into MU at 800. If it goes back I'll buy it in the 800s. Time to buy SK Hynix. Not time to buy MU right now. Don't think so. Meta's announcement was bad for DARM. Yeah, you're referencing the Meta news regarding them getting into cloud, selling their excess AI capacity. Negatively impacted chips last week. So we'll see what happens this week. But yeah, Meta's actually back up a little bit today. But there's MU at 920s. I had my entry on MU around 500 plus, bought more at 900. Average price is 7s. Now that's pretty good average price, I think. First buy on MUU was 375. Meta was IRE.
Everybody's bragging, you know. Like, don't rub that in my face.
I got the greatest MU position. Do you think DeepSeek 2.0 is a buying opportunity? Maybe. I think maybe the Nvidia news is an overreaction, though. So I'm honestly curious about buying Nvidia today. We'll see what happens. I like Nvidia long-term at these current levels. And I don't think the PE ratio is terrible on Nvidia at these current levels either. Let me see. Yeah, the Nvidia PE ratio is about 30. Forward PE is around 22. So those are pretty cheap, pretty low levels here. So those levels aren't bad. Let's call it MUU months ago, Brit, right in the Discord. Hey, nice.
Oh, what?
Remember he lost momentum, not buying MU or SanDisk. Yeah, I did see that the Iran hit Saudi tanker. I thought it was a Qatari tanker. You know. Yeah, silver. We can look at silver and gold here. Gold's starting to fight its way back up. Look at gold at 41.62s this morning. 41.62s. So they're not doing bad. Yeah, let's see other news this morning.
With silver.
Yeah, silver is probably up there too. It's probably starting to rebound with gold. Silver basically moves with gold, but it's not quite rebounding as much as gold today. Silver at 61s. Gold is rebounding back up, filling some of that gap at 41.62s. Let's take a look at yields. I forgot to look at yields this morning, but let's take a look at it. Here are 2-year treasury yields. They are up a little bit today. I believe they're up some at least. Let me make sure. Higher gas prices might make them spike up a little bit, but not a crazy amount. Here is 2-year yields. They're at 4.135%. You can see they're up slightly on the day. But yeah, this is probably from the Iran news, though. You know, Iran striking 2 tankers spiked the price of oil a little bit, and so yields are up slightly on the day. Not a huge amount. And oil, even though all this, I don't even know if I could consider this a spike. I mean, it is up on the day. It's at $69 a barrel. It's still under 70s, though. It's still kind of at pre-conflict levels anyway. So we'll see what happens there, but yeah. Say this could double or triple its value up to $5K out of nowhere. That's possible. The question is, are you ready to lose 17% of your money when it goes back to 500? We'll see. It's still pretty cheap though. I mean, I'm looking at price to earnings. And MU price to earnings is not terrible. I'm not telling you to buy it, obviously. I'm not an investment professional. We are not liable if you lose money. Always make your own assessment. Trade smart. I can't guarantee anything. But yeah. We'll see what happens.
You just need a constant little disclaimer on the screen, so you don't have to say that every time.
Well, we have it at the beginning of the stream, so we're protected anyway, but yeah.
Doesn't hurt to shore up, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think SK listing in the US will affect MU and SanDisk at all because of memory shortages. I don't know. I think SK Hynix and Samsung are really what's moving MU and SK Hynix and Samsung are really what's moving SanDisk and MU this morning. You know, the reason MU and SanDisk was at like almost 200 yesterday. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I'm still not buying.
Nvidia's not going anywhere by the dip. Nvidia's aggressively pushing liquid cooling. Yeah, I mean, look, I think the Nvidia news could be an overreaction. We did buy a little bit of Nvidia last week, but you know, there is some big levels to watch for Nvidia here. I mean, look, we got to look at the low of the last couple weeks. Oh yeah, you can close that. Thank you. Huh? No, he's not in here. But yeah, so Nvidia is getting close to that low of the last couple. Is this the low of the last few months? Let's see. Yeah, so the low since February or March. The March low was at 189s on Nvidia. So we're close to that though. We start to dump underneath that and get some selling pressure. We could continue to dump. So just be careful, guys, because we could keep dropping. And again, guys, are y'all bullish or bearish? What do you guys want to buy the dip on? What asset do you guys want to buy this morning? I guess is the big question. Like, what are you interested in buying up today? Let me know. Reverse Uno is the play. Previous super micro semiconductors. Yeah, I mean, I think markets are interesting today. A lot of news. Since you can't really see me that well anyway, I might bring this back down here. Yeah, Spacex getting added to the Nasdaq. Spacex is almost green on the day. It's at 159, so it's still got a ways to go. Intel and Taiwan Semiconductors. 442s. Yeah. AMC? Nah, bro. Oh, what's up, Pawn? Yeah, Bitcoin here. Bitcoin's down. I mean, yields are up today. That makes sense why Bitcoin would be down. Gold is down too, but it's starting to fade back. It's starting to move back up a little bit. It's at 4160s. Tesla did have a big rebound yesterday here. Tesla back to 400s. It was at about 400 yesterday. So you can see it had this big negative reaction from deliveries. It is back up though. So here's the Tesla delivery numbers where they dropped. You can see how much Tesla fell, and the delivery numbers actually came in pretty promising, but Tesla, again, sell the news event. Starting to rebound back up though at 417s, almost 420s here for Tesla, so it's trying. Marvell. Do you guys want to buy SpaceX? Let me know. Here's Marvell. Marvell's down on the day as well. Where's Broadcom at? 363s. Good for silver and gold. Not buying SpaceX today. SpaceX at 80 or 90, not before. Oracle. Yeah, Oracle's been dropping a lot as well here. Hyperscaler wise. It's at 140s. Robinhood. Yeah, Robinhood's interesting as well. I'm going to close these blinds. I don't think it does too much for the light here on the stream. And it makes it kind of hard to see. There's a glare. So, Britt, speak. Speak now. I got a treat for you, Britt, if you speak.
Oh, yeah? That's a little demeaning, everybody. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But I don't work for treats, you know? And I don't appreciate being talked to like that. So, you know, when he gets back, chat, I need you guys to yell at him. It was not okay. And watch him fall off the bed, too.
Okay.
He's evil, everybody, you can tell.
So did Britt speak, guys?
Yeah, he sure did.
Here's a treat right now.
Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't like what I said, but I definitely spoke.
I heard about Evil John is what I heard. That's my nickname, they say.
You are evil. Everybody knows it. The whole chat is aware.
Yeah. Does not work for treats. Yeah. That made no difference. Well, it made a difference to me. Okay. To me, it made a difference. What the heck, bro? What did I just do here? What the heck? Okay. He said you're the worst small seller.
Honestly, it literally looks like you did nothing with the blinds.
I'm sorry, guys. Look,
shades or whatever.
Here, dude. I'm here. Look, I gotta. You know, this is all intentional. I wanted to have a veil of mystery right here. A veil of mystery.
I was just gonna say John is shrouded in mystery.
Right. That's what I was going for right now.
Mystery and patchouli.
Shadow trader, that's right. Today, yeah. All right, so I did a poll. We're completely 50-50 on the poll. Bullish or bearish? 50% bulls, 50% bears. Darkwing.
Heck yeah, Darkwing John. Looks like the Grim Reaper. Like, you talking about like the Adam Carolla Reaper or the Norm Macdonald Reaper from Family Guy?
Yeah. Again, guys, I'm going to ask this again. Is it time to buy Nvidia? The only problem, like, look, the only thing I'm worried about short term is that Nvidia is going to break under 190s into that big, like, multi-month low. This is like a 3 or 4 month low if we break under 190 here for Nvidia. And again, Nvidia down after the DeepSeek news. It's not doing too hot this morning. So.
Are we supposed to be looking at the charts and not John's face? No, you're always supposed to be looking at John's face. Don't worry about the charts.
I mean, you can look at both, you know. John got off on the wrong side of light this morning. Yeah, definitely. I'm like Bane today, all right? I was born in the darkness.
Mr. White. Yeah.
I was born in the darkness, guys. You were just raised in it. Or you merely adopted the dark. Okay. Yeah, 190's big low for Nvidia. It's a level I'm watching for sure. I'm definitely looking at 190s. Amazon's interesting today too. Rotation is the big story. Amazon up to 240s, hit almost 250s, back down to 245s today. So pretty soon I'll be checking the stock market once every 5 years. Yeah, again, guys, what asset do you guys want to buy today? Hey, what's up, Code? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Buying SPY. Yeah, I mean, the S&P, it's down less, but it's still down on the day as well.
I mean, I'm in the market for a new bag of marbles. You know?
Yeah. Broadcom at 363s right now. Let me check any other news that we got going on today. But I don't see
also, hit the like button, everybody.
Super big. Yeah, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. We appreciate the love. Thanks so much. We do have sub data today. In 20 minutes, we got the ADP weekly report. Not a huge report, but we'll cover it nonetheless. It gives us some indication of where jobs are. Software seems okay. Yeah, it's all rotation. Microsoft is up. ServiceNow up. So we are seeing software stocks do a little bit better. Adobe's slightly green on the day as well. So software stocks are back up today. Microsoft, ServiceNow, and more. CrowdStrike is green. Had a really good day yesterday also. Buy some gold, then buy some silver, then buy more gold. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about buying gold at 4,000. I should have bought more, maybe, because gold is rebounding back up. But 4,200 is a resistance level that's been holding fairly well. So I do want to watch, you know, what that's doing here.
I'm not happy about this uptick, John.
Yeah, dude, listen. I wanted to buy it cheaper. But yeah, tomorrow we have the June FOMC minutes. It's going to be scrutinized for insight into decisions about rate hikes. The minutes are an account of the last meeting, including the softer than expected non-farm payroll report and Warsh's appearance at the forum. Warsh is the first Fed chair marking a significant shift. Warsh's first as Fed chair marks a big shift in leadership, though. We did have Waller speak. They said forward guidance and stronger focused inflation language. He spoke about the tool on July 6th after the FOMC. He noted that it can speed up the impact of monetary policy, calling it a valuable tool. However, it also can be a hindrance if it's too strong or rigid, and also problematic when policymakers expect different economic outcomes. So he said, in some cases, it's best not to use it at all. We'll be looking to see the views among the whole FOMC, though. So we'll see what this says. They're saying Warsh's debut as Fed chair delivered a hawkish shift. I don't know if it's necessarily hawkish, but it was definitely kind of neutral in refusing to give forward guidance. So the summary of economic projections, though, was definitely hawkish. That showed revised inflation expectations that were higher than expected, rate expectations that were higher than expected in the last FOMC meeting. So, yeah, that's the story.
Pretty good story. Now, the real question is, does Warsh become a sex symbol off of this?
I think he already is.
With a big gold chain and everything.
Yeah, yeah. His ego is going to turn up, you know.
Yeah. sunglasses inside during the daytime. You know, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Here's Eli Lilly here. It's at 1200 plus now as well. What's up, Vegas? Arch is going to do the same thing Jerome
Good morning,
did.
dude. Or lady.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw them strike news overnight. Again, oil is moving a little bit here, but it's pulling back now. It's under 70 still. It's at 69 right now. It's at 69 exactly right now for WTI crude. Snowflake is looking interesting. Snow up to 265s.
What is Snowflake?
Snowflake is kind of a software company, but it is kind of like an AI company as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So, cloud-based AI.
Okay.
Yeah. MU, though, guys, down to 930. What's really interesting, again, guys, I've said this a lot today, but I think one of the really interesting things is that SK Hynix and Samsung are down big overnight. This is after Samsung reported record earnings. Kospi is down big. So even though Samsung did great, which, you know, normal logic would assume that if Samsung killed it with earnings, it would go up. It did not go up. Samsung went down big. Sell the news event. Kospi index is down. SK Hynix is down. And so this is dragging memory plays down 930s here for MU. SanDisk is down even more. So memory pulling back pretty big margins today here. MU from its all-time highs. SanDisk is down about 30% from its all-time highs. If we look at MU here, again, MU 1255 all-time highs. It's at 930 right now. So MU is down 26% from all-time highs today. So again, PE ratios are pretty cheap for MU as well.
Did you check MicroStrategy today? I don't know. Did you, John?
Did I what?
Did you check MicroStrategy?
No, but it's over 100 right now. I'm looking at it right now. So it's over 100. Again, Stretch is still at 89s, but Bitcoin is down slightly on the day, probably on higher yields. Although it did hit almost 65,000 yesterday. So it's back at 63s. It's not doing as bad as it could be. SK Hynix jumped a little bit from the lows. Yeah. It should come back up on MU. Yeah, I mean, look, it is down big. I mean, is it buy the dip in MU time, guys? What do you guys think? And again, markets are still kind of reeling from the DeepSeek news. So, Reuters reported, again, DeepSeek is getting into AI chips. That is negatively affecting Nvidia and more today. MU at 930s. Would you rather buy MU or Nvidia? What do you guys think? Yeah. Again, DeepSeek developing its own AI chips. You can see this article right here from Yahoo Finance, but DeepSeek developing its own AI chips according to 3 people. This is a Reuters report. Could reduce reliance on Nvidia. Chip is designed for inference, the stage of AI computing in which a trained model generates responses for users rather than a training new model chip. It could expand into semiconductor development. It would mark a big shift. Again, Nvidia down, DeepSeek rose. Yeah, a lot of people tell me to look at Alibaba today. There's MU starting to fight its way back up. There's Baba. Baba down to 96s this morning. Yeah, and in 12 minutes, we do have the ADP weekly jobs report. We'll see what that looks like. We did get news regarding upgrades that Meta was upgraded to a buy in one firm. American Airlines downgraded to a hold at one firm. Adobe initiated an underperform at Bank of America Securities. Spacex initiated a buy at Bank of America Securities. A couple other ones initiated a buy of SpaceX at Deutsche, Concord, and more. Outperform at Mizuho, RBC Capital, Bernstein as well. So we'll see what SpaceX does today, but we could get volatility from it also here. Here's SpaceX. Again, Meta's still up, but look at Meta start to dip here. So Meta actually fell some this morning. See if we got any other news from this. We're still watching the Nasdaq here. Nasdaq around the 200 exponential. A lot of analysts bullish. We'll see if we get volatility from SpaceX though today, getting added to the Nasdaq.
Amazon seeks to raise at least $25 billion in U.S. dollar bond sale.
Yeah, I did see that. Meta upgraded, TFC downgraded at UBS. Yeah, it's an 8-parter sale for Amazon. We do have Fed Williams on Fox Business today at 8:30 Eastern Time, which is in about 25 minutes. We'll see what Williams has got to say today. SpaceX going to 0. Nah, bro, it's not going to 0. That's just bearish sentiment. Yeah. Oh.
Saw a few people saying, Nvidia is done. I kind of doubt that too, but
dude.
Yeah.
One thing that you see a lot, like again, Michael Burry came out, and let's see what Michael Burry is shorting.
Sounds like everything.
Well, he's shorting big
Everything ever.
names. He is shorting big names. If you look at this Yahoo Finance article, he is shorting some big names here. He's shorting MU. I believe he's shorting Nvidia. He's shorting Caterpillar. So, yeah. Caterpillar he's shorting. I know he's shorting MU, Micron. Is he shorting Tesla as well? I have to go look at exactly what he's shorting, but yeah, I know he's shorting MU, but look at Nvidia start to bounce back. Again, I think this could be an overreaction. The only thing I'm worried about is we have that like 4-month low under 190s. Is the only thing I'm worried about for Nvidia, but Nvidia seems like it could be an overreaction from this DeepSeek news. It's stuff that we already knew that China was going to try to get involved with this, and there's questions about whether they'll be able to do so successfully, considering the big head start that we have. I mean, they're discouraging people from buying our chips anyway, and so you could argue that this news is an overreaction.
I don't know how long it'll take, but I do think that they will close the gap simply because if they want to do something, they can just do it. They don't have all the regulations and stuff that we have, the red tape.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's big competition for them, So Burry is shorting Nvidia. They say it's right around 198, which is a direct short apparently. Tesla at 416, a direct short. Applied Material, AMAT, at almost 730, that's a direct short. Caterpillar at 1060, it's a direct short. He's shorting apparently the iShares semiconductor ETF. So here's SOX, which is another thing he's shorting. And again, these are down. You could argue he's up big. 640s is where he was shorting it. He's also, a few days later, he reported that he's shorting MU as well here. And we're starting to see some rebounds in these, all of these, but they're all most of these are lower than where he shorted them. So he's probably doing okay in a lot of these. Where's Caterpillar at today? Caterpillar at 955s. Apparently he shorted it at 1060. So yeah, he's probably pretty green on most of these, except for maybe Tesla. I think he's actually down a little bit on Tesla if he did short it at that 416 level. All right, guys, in 7 minutes we have, look at gold rebound. So gold's starting to fight its way back up. Almost green on the day for gold. So almost green on the day.
Who thinks Caterpillar is going to pivot from farm equipment to AI?
I don't know if they're going to do that. But, but I think the logic of a short is that tech evolution is going to render some of the farm equipment obsolete. So I think that is one of the thesis of it.
You know more about it than I do. I don't know how much of the farm equipment itself will be rendered obsolete, but the people who operate it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on quantum, specifically Rigetti? Someone asks.
Rigetti's interesting. I like quantum. It still could be really early though. You know, like quantum had these big runs a while back, and they've kind of stabilized here. So like we've had these big runs. It still could be early, but I think if quantum is the next big thing, which is a big if, you know, you could have some cheap entries right here, but it's not risk-free, of course. If something pivots away from quantum, or quantum doesn't show the promise that people expect it to, then there's obviously risk still for quantum.
Okay.
Yeah. So Burry is shorting CAD. Apparently, he said it's become an AI infrastructure trade, so it's trading like a tech stock, not a heavy machinery company. It's up 86% year to date on Caterpillar. So you can see Caterpillar's rise, up 167% over the past 12 months, trading at premium multiples. Yeah, so data centers apparently, like what this is like, in order to build these data centers, what do you need? Right? You need machinery. You need Caterpillar machinery in a lot of ways. So people are using this as like a correlated trade with data center builds, or they have been over the past year. That's why Caterpillar is up so much, because in order to build these data centers, you need equipment. And but again, markets are still pricing it way above where they should be, according to Michael Burry. And I don't necessarily hate this trade in Caterpillar. I still think we're going to be building data centers, though. The question is, has it gone up too much? You know, you have to build generators, transformers, data centers, backup power systems, diesel generators, industrial HVAC systems, chip materials, and more. And so all of that kind of boosts Caterpillar's demand. But if CAT is priced for continued AI CapEx boom, and we're starting to see some pullbacks in that, Caterpillar might pull back with it. Michael Burry even admitted that he's surprised he is short in Caterpillar. But it's a proxy essentially for AI infrastructure spending.
This is directed at the chat. I do realize that they are, involved in AI-related fields and infrastructure and things like that. The joke was them actually creating their own AI engine.
Yeah, he's making a joke because I think it's really pivoting from. You guys remember Birds, the healthy organic flip-flop company? You know, they sold environmentally friendly flip-flops. Okay, Bird then, you know, was like, screw flip-flops, environmentally friendly flip-flops. Let's get into AI and get rich, they say. And so Bird actually did some crazy things. If you look at it, this is what Brit's making fun of here. Is that Bird went up to 24.30s on the news that they're pivoting away from healthy, environmentally friendly flip-flops and getting into AI. Bird went to $24 a share here. So look at 24s here for Bird. It did not hold, and it came right back down. But I thought it was incredibly ironic that they went from environmentally friendly flip-flop company to screw it, let's get rich and get into AI. They didn't hold, though. They're at 370s now. So pump and dump, maybe, probably, but
especially because like the infrastructure for AI, you know, if not done right, seems to be very hard on the environment, and even when it is,
yeah, no, 100%. That's what's ironic about it. It's an ideological shift for Bird.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, let's save the environment. Actually, you know what? Screw that. Let's get rich. They say.
Yeah.
It's still one of the funniest stories in markets over the last year, in my opinion. But yeah. All right, guys. A lot of people saying markets are starting to rebound here. I thought MU and gold could have overreacted. Gold just went green on the day, actually up a little bit. Yeah. What's up, G Hero? The market will do what it's going to do. I have my setups for either situation. Yeah, that's good. You know. Yeah, that's good.
It does sound like satire, Jones. Honestly, it sounds like an SNL sketch.
All right, so we are trading one of these Apex. Remember, this Apex sale ends tonight at midnight here. So this Apex sale does end tonight at midnight. You can get a 250K legacy eval on Apex for $17.76 as of now here. If you want to check it out, they are an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. But a 250K eval for $17 is a great deal. A great deal. You can use code BGT if you want the max discount. We appreciate it. And here's the link right there. We'll put it to the top of the chat. But yeah. All right, guys.
Take advantage now while supplies last.
Right,
you
while
know?
supplies last. They might run out. But no, I'm just joking. But yeah, so in 2 minutes, guys, less than 2 minutes, we do have the ADP jobs numbers coming out. So in less than 2 minutes, we do have ADP jobs numbers. It is the weekly report, so it's not the most influential thing here. But again, we do have that going live in 1 minute. 1 minute. Last time it showed up at over 30K at 30.75 thousand. We'll see what today shows up as. And we also have the trade balance data at 8:30. So we got some stuff going on. Yeah, we do have some stuff going on here.
That's good. And if I'm reading you right, Farmer, that is a bad pun, but I like it.
All right, guys, we got 30 seconds. Let's see what this data shows. I'm going to cover some of this position. This is a 250K eval, so
And it's going to be interesting, you know.
yeah, for sure. And then the Fed minutes tomorrow. No 8:30 data tomorrow either. But here we go, guys. 15 seconds. Let's see what this shows. 15 seconds. 5 or 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here's the ADP report. This one's usually a little late and delayed and hard to gather from my data sources here. But we'll see what it shows up as. But yeah, there's the ADP jobs report. Still waiting on the print here. But yeah, this one always is late for some reason for me. All right, guys, so $21,000. Yeah, 21K. Yeah, I don't know why ADP is always late for me, but all the other ones are fast as ever. But again, 21,000 versus 30.75 last time. So here's the data right here.
The vast economic conspiracy against John.
Well, jobs are coming in lower lately. The NFP report was lower than expected. Look at the Nasdaq. It did react to this though. Look at the Nasdaq dip. Not a huge reaction, but yeah, there we go. Look at this ADP report dropping markets here. Again, more weak jobs here. This should make gold go up though. So this should make gold and maybe Bitcoin even go up. So we're still short here. Look at gold. So gold's at 41.80s. Let's take a look at yields real quick. But again, 10-year yields are elevated on the day as well. Not a big drop or anything, but something. Again, jobs came in lower than previously here. Should make yields fall some, but we're not really seeing too much movement there. But again, it did show up at 21K versus 30 plus last time, so weaker jobs again. We're still kind of dropping in the Nasdaq though, so the Nasdaq did react at least a little bit to this report here, and we do have the trade balance data going live at 8:30 as well. Weak jobs good for cuts. Yeah, it is good for cuts. Hey, what's up, Jay Violet? Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Violet, what's up?
All right, so we are green in this trade here. We are starting to see some flushing down now.
Oh,
But again,
gold
jobs,
is what's up. Okay.
yeah, gold is up today for sure. All right, we're going to add a little bit to this maybe. See if we keep breaking down here. We're green enough to do it. Again, 21,000 versus 30.75K last time. There we go. Okay, that's good. We'll take that off a little bit here. Keep riding this breakdown. But yeah, jobs showed a little bit weaker than expected here. 21K versus 30 plus last time. It does some international, I think, Clayton. You have to check with them, but I think it does some. I'm going to look for a short down to maybe 665s here if I can catch it. Might take a little bit off as we go down, though. SpaceX to $13. SpaceX is going to moon today. Yeah, it did get added to the Nasdaq here. There's 70s. Take a little bit more off there. I'm looking for like 65s on the rest, but we've scaled out of most of this now. Yeah, all good, Clayton. Yeah, Burry did short here. All right, there's 665s roughly. I'm going to exit by short right around where I wanted to get out. We are green now on that, so you like to see that. But a nice dip here. Where's MU at in memory plays now? Gold pulling back some here. Yeah, weaker jobs probably going to be... it should be good for gold in theory, right? Gold wants yields to go down because when yields are paid out, more people buy bonds instead of risk-on assets like gold. But it's not a perfect correlation right now, for sure. Starting to rebound back up some. But yeah, ADP employment, 21,000. Guys, is that bullish or bearish for markets? What do you guys think? Hey, what's up, Michael? Why not till VWAP? Because markets are a little bit... They're bullish, so I don't want to rise. I don't want to attack too big of a pullback here, if that makes sense. Here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin at 63s. Weaker jobs will affect Robinhood. Will it? Robinhood's not really moving on this. I don't know if that's an easy correlation, but here's MU. Again, Nvidia DeepSeek news still affecting things, but Nvidia did pop back up some. I like I said when I first saw this morning when it was at 190, I thought this could be an overreaction. I don't think the president... Is the president going live at 9 a.m.? Yeah, I mean, the DeepSeek fear is negatively impacting things for sure. DeepSeek announced they're getting into AI chips, making fears. Nvidia immediately negatively reacted to it, but I do think it's somewhat of an overreaction. Yeah, today my name is John from the Shadows. You know?
My name is Earl.
Yeah, Earl's a great name. Great show.
So funny.
Yeah.
What I do know is that I can't afford gold at these prices, so I've decided I'm going to get into alchemy, John, and just make my own gold.
I believe you can do it, Britt. I believe that.
I can.
You know,
I can. I have the philosopher's stone and everything.
I've got the recipe. You know, so they call me Alchemy John. You know, I've been building it for some time.
I've heard that.
What's up, Jay? Is the president speaking at 9 o'clock?
Good night, Violet. Have a good one.
Yeah, lurkers, show yourselves. Are you guys here today, lurkers? I mean, if you're a lurker, you would be here today.
Lurkers of the world unite and say hello.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was looking at the ADP weekly report, BH. So he said, what jobs report were you looking at? Every week, aside from... So ADP drops 4 reports in jobs per month. It reports 3 weekly jobs reports, so giving you the average weekly gain in jobs. And then it also gives you a monthly report that happens on Wednesday, one of those weeks. And when we get the monthly report on ADP, we don't get the weekly report. So we get 4 reports, 3 weekly reports, which are less influential, which is what we got today. And then we get 1 monthly report from ADP, which is more influential. It covers the whole month. It's just kind of another jobs report. So lurkers reporting for lurking. Already exposed myself as a lurker. President's going to be participating in a meeting with President. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Hey, what's up, Steve? What's up, Uncle Divvies? Can't say it would defeat the purpose of lurking.
I mean, all that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it is true.
I don't like secrecy.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't like me today, bro, because I am in the shadows right now. I'm a lurker. What's up, Uncle Dividends? Choppy down day coming. I don't know, man. We got... So, again, I'm going to give you the big stories of the day. Right? Big stories of the day. First one I would say, which potentially is the most influential one right now, is that Samsung posted preliminary earnings, and they killed it. They came in great for Samsung overnight. But markets did not react well. The Kospi index down. SK Hynix down. Samsung down on these reports. This is why memory stocks are down today. That's why MU's at 930s hit 915s. This is why SanDisk is down such a big percentage, about 30% from its highs this morning, is because it was a sell the rumor or sell the news of it. The news came out about Samsung's earnings, and most chip stocks overseas went down. Kospi index went down. On top of that, obviously we have SpaceX joining the Nasdaq. So SpaceX getting added to the Nasdaq. It's at 160s now, so that's big news. And then also Nvidia is down on DeepSeek news. DeepSeek announced they're getting into custom AI chips for inference. And so they negatively reacted here. You can see the Nvidia chart. You can see Nvidia, this news came out right here at about 6:30 market time, and they are down from it. They have rebounded back up. They dropped all the way down to 190s. And again, remember, the 4-month low is at about right here. Somewhere around right here is the 4-month low. And so we kind of bounced back up here. We're at the 200 exponential now. Let's see what happens for Nvidia here. But that is the news that's kind of freaking markets out today. Again, Kospi Index down, SK Hynix, Samsung down, MU and SanDisk down, Nvidia down. Oil is rising after more strike news happened as well. 2 tankers apparently were hit. So oil jumped up a little bit, but not a crazy amount. Yields did pop up a little bit, but then we also had the weak ADP jobs report a couple minutes ago. So a lot of different things going on in markets today. But that is the big stories of the day today.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
No, I will not, Britt. I will not do it.
Let's see. Trump lowering beef prices. I'm like, no one eats Walmart beef. Okay, well, I did read recently that, believe it or not, Walmart's prime grade beef is actually very good.
Yeah.
Just as good as, from what I've seen, just as good as like Costco's and Sam's.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I know Walmart owns Sam's, but
they tricked you
into
this,
point is to be surprised.
They tricked you into it. No.
Oh, they didn't trick me.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm just messing with you.
I know.
Are you bullish or bearish on markets today, guys? I guess there's 2 theses you could have. One of them is we're going to continue to see memory slump and corrections, and that Burry was correct. Again, Burry announced he's shorting Caterpillar. Again, Caterpillar has run big over the past year because to build data centers, to build infrastructure, to build everything, Caterpillar might benefit from it, right? So Caterpillar is kind of run with AI because, again, in order to build data centers, in order to build all these different things associated with AI, data centers, and more, you might need heavy machinery, and that is good for Caterpillar, right? But Burry announced that he's shorting Nvidia, MU, Tesla, Caterpillar, and more. And so Burry is shorting these names, right? Here's Caterpillar's graph. It's down a little bit today at 950s. Tesla had good delivery numbers last week, but it negatively reacted. Did rebound some yesterday. But again, you could have 2 theses this morning. You could have a continuation thesis on tech and memory and chips. MU is going to continue down after slumps overnight. Nvidia is going to continue down after slumps this morning. Fears and overvaluations are still here. You could certainly argue that. I'm not saying that's true, but you could certainly argue it. That's one of the theses, bearish thesis. Or you could say, hey, we're down a lot. MU still pretty low PE ratio. Nvidia still pretty low PE ratio. SanDisk still pretty low PE ratio. And we might see tech rebounds today. That's very feasible. Which one do you fall in, bull or bear? Let me know in chat right now.
Also, in other news, apparently Toyota is moving from Mexico to the U.S., specifically Texas. So that's good news. Very good news, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, you know, for the U.S.
What's up, Sage? Bull. I see a lot of bulls today. I got beef at Costco. Nice. Bearish. Is Michael Burry right? Bull, then bear, then bull again.
I don't get it twisted, Boomdock. And by the way, hello and good morning. I saw you say that earlier. Just forgot to respond. That's where I buy mine as well. I'm just saying I have heard or read that the quality is comparable at Walmart when you can get a good price. But Costco prices are always, well, almost always going to be better.
Yeah, we got the FOMC minutes tomorrow. So the minutes report tomorrow. Bull, bear, choppy down day, bear at the moment. Thoughts on gold long term? Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I like gold long term. Short term, I have no idea what it's going to do, though. And gold's been very volatile short term, obviously. I mean, gold is reacting to yields, reacting to job prints, reacting to Fed hawkish outlook, reacting to the FOMC, reacting to Warsh's comments last week, where he did an out of FOMC panel. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the thesis of Burry's shorts, is that data center construction is slowing and that we might be overspending, and you know, the build out is going to slow down, and that might be negative for Caterpillar here. And to be fair, Caterpillar's up a lot, though. You know, it's future projections, but Caterpillar, again, 1073 highs, 388s 12 months ago. The Cat PE ratio right now is roughly 48, so it's still pretty high. So I'm honestly not even necessarily against this Caterpillar short. I don't know if I would short MU right now. PE ratio is low. You're still going to need memory and DRAM, but Caterpillar, I guess I kind of understand that short a little bit more than some of the other ones.
Yeah, I have heard that there is a lot of kickback from the people who live in these places where they're trying to build data centers. I mean, for different reasons.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot of kickback for sure.
I mean, a lot of jobs, but a lot of environmental impact too, from what I understand.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, you're absolutely right. So in 50 seconds, we have the 8:30 trade balance data. This is the imports versus export data. U.S. generally imports much more than it exports. So this is exports versus imports, really. It's expected at negative 78.3 billion for the trade balance data for May. It could move markets. It usually doesn't, but it could move markets. But we're going to look at the ratio basically between exports and imports here. Again, today is expected at negative 78.3 billion. Last time we started exporting a lot more at negative 55.9 billion, but we are expected to jump back here in terms of exports regarding 78.3 billion expected here. So we'll see what we get, but U.S. obviously is more known for importing other countries' cheap goods versus exporting our own to other countries, since U.S. has a high standard of living versus some of the other countries that produce these things, and because of that, we tend to import a lot more than we export. But we'll see what that data shows. The data is out right now. It showed up at negative 77.6 billion, so pretty much flat here. A little bit lower. Negative, less negative than expected, but still.
Are we talking about importing across all products or a specific product? I didn't catch that part.
This has to do with imported and exported goods and services. So it doesn't really specify. I'll have to go check what it is, but it's just generally how much we're importing versus exporting in terms of goods and services.
Okay.
No reaction from markets. Yeah, this doesn't really move markets like that. Like I said, we'll cover it. I mean, we always cover it, but it's not like a big market moving event generally here. SpaceX ramping up. Telecom business building Starlink is big positive too. SpaceX $200. Yeah, y'all hit the like button, guys. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate it.
We sure do. I know I do, and I know John does.
Yeah, Apple was
the other guy. The other guy, I'm not so sure about.
Yeah, I don't trust that guy. Steve, you got to be talking about Steve.
Absolutely, it's Steve.
It's freaking Steve, bro. Yeah, let's see what happens. But here's AMD, Google. Google's basically flat on the day. Where's Nvidia at? Nvidia's at 192s.
I have a couple times sold Hefe. I haven't had such good luck with that, but I'm still not against it.
Yeah, we're at 192.5s here. Nasdaq dropping. Well, a little bit, but not a crazy amount here. Again, Nasdaq doesn't react too much to the export data or the import-export data. But yeah, trade balance negative 77.6 billion, basically flat, I would say. There's that data right there. SpaceX. Yeah, SpaceX now officially green on the day here after getting added to the Nasdaq. We're at 161s right now for SpaceX. Yeah, but again, the SpaceX is basically already effective. Index rebalancing officially happened yesterday at 4 p.m. Scary SpaceX is going to trap. It's interesting how the markets are reacting, but I really want to know. Privacy coins. Deer season.
I'm reacting with shock and awe,
Yeah.
probably.
Again, what do you guys want to buy today, guys? Let me know in chat right now. Nasdaq is starting to fight its way back some here. It's starting to, but we are kind of sideways over the last few minutes.
Truthfully, I'm not probably not good enough at reading indicators to react like some of you guys at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, I like when certain things go up and certain things go down, I guess. But just in general, I don't know how to. I'm not good at reading what's to come yet.
Yeah, yeah, it happens. You'll slowly build a skill for it.
Yeah, I know. Eventually, I'll be the greatest.
Yeah. So again, the president did tweet about 10 minutes ago. He said on overnight news, Toyota is moving to the U.S. Says it's really a big deal. He said, "quote tariffs at work," end quote.
Yeah, that's what I was reading earlier.
Yeah. Well, it's just better when I say it, Britt. It's better when I say it. Here's SpaceX.
You do have a great radio voice. You have a face for radio, John.
I believe I do, man. I believe I do. Definitely today, bro. Definitely today. Let's look at yields and see what they're doing. Yields did drop a little bit after this jobs data came out here. You can see yields 4.127%, down a little bit on the day. But or down a little bit over the last like 30 minutes or so. I'm still watching MU pretty closely today though. MU sideways, but maybe the opening bell is going to unlock some volatility here.
I mean, I guess for the express purposes of trading, here's hoping.
Yeah. Could you please look at what your short-term... Could you please look at short-term memory chips? Semi. Please holding lots of semis. And memories. What? I mean, yeah, I mean, look. They're reacting to Kospi, Samsung, SK Hynix movement here is what they're reacting to. So, again, Samsung posted prelim earnings that were great. But Samsung was a sell the news event, buy the rumor, sell the news event, and so SK Hynix, Samsung, SanDisk, and MU were all down pretty big on the day after that news. So even though Samsung had great earnings, again it was kind of sell the news event in markets, and MU, SanDisk, memory are all down today. Nvidia's down as well after the DeepSeek news. This coffee mug is like a chalice. I feel like I'm in Raiders.
You definitely are, John. You're like that old knight that crumbles to dust.
Yeah, no, I feel like that in markets sometimes. So we did get news overnight regarding more strikes, and this did spike oil a little bit, not a lot, but we did see Qatar calls on Iran to stop actions that threaten security. The foreign minister spokesperson declares the attacks unacceptable aggression. So we did get that news. Let's look at oil.
Well, I mean, at least with this particular country, with Iran, it seems like a ceasefire basically just means we'll only shoot at you a little bit.
Yeah, you know, this aggression will not stand, Britt, they say.
This aggression against Kuwait, huh?
Yeah.
And
man,
for anybody who didn't get that, that's a Big Lebowski reference.
Yeah. Not good enough yet. I'm going to try to stop using caffeine. I've thought about stopping using it, man. Again, I get all wiry and jittery if I drink too much of it. I can only have 1 cup a day. And usually it's not even a full cup. If I drink a full cup, I get a little wiry.
That's all I drink. I just drink one at the beginning of the stream usually. I want to try a better grade of coffee, though, and see if it makes any difference.
Yeah, they say, like, mold-free coffee is good, but it could just be, like, a freaking gimmick, you know?
I know, I've heard that, too. Like, I'm not sure, like, is it really worth the higher price point? But I want to try it once at least. Like, I kind of want to try it. This is not, like, an endorsement or anything. I want to kind of want to try Danger Coffee.
I've tried mold-free coffee, like fancy, snooty mold-free coffee that's more expensive. I noticed zero difference, to be honest.
Really?
Like, virtually no difference here. So, I mean, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so for what it's worth,
it might not do anything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. It could just be a gimmick, you know. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Who knows, dude?
Hey, maybe I like a little mold in my coffee. Maybe it changes the flavor profile to my liking.
Yeah, like I said, it could be like coffee kombucha. Is what it could be.
Yeah, it's coffee with penicillin, is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You know. What kind of coffee do you guys like? Chat, let me know. That's a good question.
I generally drink community coffee.
Community? Yeah,
yep.
I like community. I can get down with some community coffee.
Well, it's a Louisiana brand. You know, got to stay loyal.
For sure. 2 for B, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Yeah, the president again supposed to be speaking at 9 a.m. today regarding overseas stuff. I think but we'll see what we get. Again, it's a big if in terms of how this is going to impact markets. Yeah.
And for all you tea drinkers out there, should I start drinking matcha? I've heard that there are pretty good health benefits to it.
I don't know. I've tried. Matcha messes with my stomach more than coffee does. Coffee doesn't really mess with it that much, but coffee messes with my stomach. Or matcha does. I'm sorry.
I'm sure matcha has like 127 times the amount of like antioxidants, polyphenols as regular old green tea because you're getting the whole leaf.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of people put a lot of sugar in matcha.
I know. If I do it, I'm drinking it straight.
Yeah.
Like I do my coffee.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so we're sideways in range right now, ahead of the 9 a.m. scrum, but I'm thinking about buying this, guys. Is that a bad idea? What do you guys think? The Nasdaq? I don't hate where we're at on the volume profile. And I think chips are down a lot. So I'm going to buy small and then add if it goes in my favor here, I think. Where are you guys watching the stream from today? Let me know in chat right now. Where are you guys watching it from? I went to Chicago yesterday.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go? Did y'all go to Navy Pier?
No, we went to the Bean. I went to the art museum.
I did both those. Did you enjoy it?
I like the art museum.
My thoughts.
You got to see some. We got to see some Monet and stuff like that, and some other like good artworks. So that was cool. I didn't hate it. The Bean was cool as well.
Talking about the Chicago Art Museum, right? Like at the college.
Yeah, like Ferris Bueller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Honestly, I went there too. I didn't really enjoy it. It's not my cup of tea. I went to the Science and Industry Museum. That was pretty cool. I don't remember the other one. I can't remember the other museum, but a couple of museums are pretty cool. The Bean was nice.
Yeah.
I went to a place called Patty Long's where they did a bacon bomb. It was a 5-pound mixture of ground beef and ground pork wrapped in bacon and then smoked.
Oh, that's cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Especially since they make their bacon in-house. But anyway.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah. So I asked people where they're from. I see Germany, Italy, Michigan, Indianapolis, Tampa, Serbia, Dubai, Arkansas, San Fran, suburb of Chicago, Alaska, Spain, Los Angeles, Toronto. Yeah, we did buy, but now we're starting to pull back a little bit here. Hold on, this might be news driven, and maybe not, but that's a little whippy candle here. Let me make sure. Let me check news. I don't think it's news driven. It's pretty small candle, all things considered, so probably not. But kind of a whippy candle here. We'll add a little bit to this and see what happens. See if we bounce at the short-term moving average and continue here.
Smoked a log of bologna last week.
Lake Placid, New York. Watch out for, alligators. Short it. It does kind of look like a short if it can get back into that range, but momentum might pick up if it starts to get close to these highs too, so. Is Michael Burry correct, guys? Again, Michael Burry shorting Caterpillar, Tesla, Nvidia, MU, SOX. Is Burry correct here, guys? Let me know. Yeah, Belgium smoked USA yesterday.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
So are they completely done? Is there like a loser's bracket, or how does it work?
I have no idea. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a big soccer guy. We are green on the trade, though. I know. I'm sorry, guys. Football. I'm sorry. I'll say it right. Football. But I think they're out though now.
No, I just mean, how dare you not know something?
Oh yeah, dude. I definitely don't know a lot of things. Yeah, we had a 4-1 round loss of 16 to Belgium.
I'm down to try it, Matt. I like it. It just doesn't like me.
So is the U.S. out? Yeah, it's knockout stage. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, there's been talk about that guy. I can't remember his name, but I'm just going to call him Thor, whatever his name is. I saw some highlight videos of him. All right, so we're starting to push up.
Some of the guy on the U.S. team?
Yeah, I think he's Norwegian, if I remember correctly. Am I wrong there, guys?
You think he's what? You cut out.
I think he's Norwegian.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just know there was all that big, like, to do about the player getting the red card and get knocked out anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he is Norwegian. Yeah. Whatever his name is.
I saw some highlights of him. He seems like a wild dude.
Yeah, his name's like Erling or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude. I feel like I could take him in a fight, you know, realistically. Yeah.
Honestly, he reminds me of what's the God, I can't think of his name right now. The UFC fighter, Jiri. He reminds me of fucking Jiri Prohaska. Like,
yeah,
same kind of crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Freaking Viking dude. Like I said, I believe I can take him. You gotta have self-belief, you know.
I know you could, John. You know, if he was sleeping and you hit him with a bat.
Does he really do judo, bro? Oh, if he does judo, listen, I've sparred with enough judo guys. Not fun. All right, so we're starting to get back into this range here. I'll probably cut it. I'll give it a second to bounce, but I'm probably going to get out of this flat right here. I'm going to cut some of it at least. Getting back into that range. Yeah, look at this drop.
I believe in you, John. You can do it.
I'm out already, so your belief was misplaced.
Well, never mind. I don't believe in you anymore.
Yeah, so again, the president praises Turkish President Erdogan, says we will talk about trade and military today. Okay, those are two things that could move markets.
Erdogan.
Yeah. So those are two things that could move markets. We'll see what happens, but this is trending. I think they're supposed to speak in, what, 15 minutes? Yeah, I believe I can kick harder than him. You know? I just believe. You know? I see red when I kick. I see red when I kick. And punch. You know?
I mean, you might be able to. You never know. I mean, it's all down to, like, natural kicking power. I mean, granted, he's been doing nothing but kicking for 20-something years.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently, President's speaking right now. Let's see.
All right.
Is much more loyal than other countries that we think would be loyal. So, yeah, something certainly we would consider. It's a great plane. It's the best, currently the best plane by far.
The best plane.
And it's certainly something we will consider. Yeah.
I'm sorry, the sound is not good on this, guys. So the sound is not good.
Last week or 2 weeks ago, that President Erdogan was a big reason you wanted to come to the summit here. What has made your relationship with him so special, in your own words, and what do you broadly hope to achieve here at the summit?
You never know why a relationship is special. Some people you get along with, and some people you don't. Sometimes you get along with the toughest people, like him, and sometimes you don't get along with the weakest, most pathetic people. You just don't get along. Maybe you don't respect them, but from the day we met, we got along. We had a pastor, so I remember his name was Pastor Brunson, and it was a very big thing, and it was very traumatic. He was sentenced to a long-term prison sentence, and I felt he was innocent, and I called. Other people called. They got nowhere. I called the president, and he released him immediately. It was something that the evangelical community will never forget. And he was a good man, Pastor Brunson. So, just things like that. We just it's always worked out. And I think it's been from the very beginning, from the first moment. This is just, I said it before, it's a chemistry that works between us. There were those that I don't have a good chemistry with, I will tell you that. And we worked that out too.
Williams, real quick, Williams also spoke. They said monetary policy is in a good place. What happens with monetary policy depends on data and risks. We are likely near peak impact of tariffs. Inflation is still quite high. Retreats in energy prices is good news. Job market is showing stability. See steady trends like growth for U.S. economy. So that's going on right now.
I would have attended. I felt I had to.
Nasdaq is not reacting well to Trump's comments, though.
He's gone all out. It's a big thing to have NATO come to Turkey or any place else. It's a big thing.
Look at the Nasdaq dip here. Nasdaq's now falling down some.
We did something in Iran. We don't need anybody's help. I didn't even want the help.
Look at this negative reaction here. Wow.
Before I asked, they said they wouldn't be there, and we've invested trillions of dollars in NATO, Why? To protect European countries and others, Canada, etc., but to protect people, countries from, generally speaking, it used to be the Soviet Union, now it's Russia. And I say that's fine, but you would think that they'd be very willing to do something.
Look at this big
us.
negative reaction.
And they really weren't. In the case of the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister, I guess he's no longer there, maybe because of this. It was a very unpopular thing he did. He said,
I would have shorted this
"We'll
little
help
pop
after
here.
the war is over."
Let's see if we get a big enough bounce. I will short
That kind of
this.
help. We didn't need any help at all. And in a way, I was testing people. I was testing to see whether or not they'd be there, because I've long said that we helped them, but I'm not sure that they'd be there for us. And Italy turned us down, and Germany turned us down.
I'm going to add a
France
short
turned
into
us
this.
down. And it's okay. But, you know, why are we spending hundreds of billions of dollars and they're not there for us? We've always been there for them.
Yeah, essentially what the president said is we've invested in NATO. Allies should be willing to help. I'll probably continue to add to this short and see if this big, we can piggyback off of this big red move is kind of what we're looking at right now. But see if we start to see some more slumps back down is kind of what I'm looking for here. Yeah, he's talking about how Italy didn't help him, you know.
Nasıl bir düzleme kavuştururuz?
When?
Regarding Iran. All right, so we're still seeing drops. I don't hate where we're at in the volume profile either. Let's see if we can keep breaking down here. Long or short right now, guys? What do you guys think? Long or short? Barnyard, you're a little delayed on the stream, my friend. A little bit delayed. But let's see if these drops continue. Long or short, Chad? What do you guys think? They're starting to fall. Longs, long, long. All right, we're up. We're up in this trade, but not a lot. Short, short, long. Most people are long right here. It is a big pullback. Let's see what memory does. There's MU. MU is dipped down some too, but long is short. Yeah, I'm short here, but we're green on the day, so we got a little cushion. It's a risky endeavor shorting one of these Trump speeches, though. Long, long. A lot of longs. Inflation is good now for stock prices. Well, kind of. Depends on what we're talking about. Stock prices, maybe. Alright, so we are green here. I'm going to start to take some off. Sure, it worked so far. We'll lock in some profit down here, see if we start breaking down some more now. I don't even know, I'm going to be honest. I can respect the honesty here. I'm still watching some of the quotes here, but
Bize ayrı
a lot of it's being translated, so... Yeah, President said France, Germany, and others turned us down. He said I was testing allies when we went into Iran. Yeah, I'm sure that's why he did it. But... Let's see if we keep getting drops here. I'll take a little bit more off right here. Yeah, so far the short worked. We're still riding this down some. Again, guys, right now you can get a 250k eval on Apex for $17.76. This sale ends tonight at midnight. If you want to check it out, they are an affiliate of mine. I'm biased, of course, because I get paid by them, but there's the link. You can help support the channel. We'll hold the
All
rest
support
of
is
this
appreciated,
close to,
you guys.
yeah, we'll see if this continues to hold, but we'll the drops are continuing down here. Look, not a bad short on the volume profile too. Start to slowly cover this as we break down. We only have 6 contracts left. Where's Nvidia at? Nvidia's not moving too much. MU falling. SanDisk is falling. Again, Spacex added to the Nasdaq here. We're at 160s. But yeah, there is an activation fee. I think it's 177 right now, so it's cheaper. But I would rather only pay the activation fee once I'm actually funded. And a 250K funded account, you know, for a net price of like 180 is pretty cheap once you're funded, and you only have to wait until you're funded to pay it. So I don't necessarily think that's bad. We're still breaking down here. Retail will buy the dip. Is this a buy the dip situation, or are you still short? Again, for Nvidia, I'm watching specifically. I've talked about this many times. I'm going to cut most of this here now. But for Nvidia, you know, the 4-month low since March is down under 190s at about 189s here. So the 4-month low on Nvidia is down here. And so if we break down to these levels here, that's a 4-month low on Nvidia. That might scare markets as well. So we'll see what happens. But the president, again, still speaking right now.
That's 7 or 8 times more than it's ever. It's a world record, not just a U.S. record. And I just read where, in fact, coming over, I was in the car with those beautiful horses.
We just covered
those great soldiers, and
we just covered our short position, very green. So we'll see what happens moving forward. We are 5 minutes away from the 9 a.m. scrum here. We'll see what we get on that as well. CPI next week. CPI and PPI next week. A very big report. Short until October. Where's gold at? 4180s.
Somebody asked what you said about the eval promotion.
Who did?
Ministry.
So what I said about the eval promotion is that for now until midnight tonight, you can get a 250K legacy eval on Apex for $17.76.
Sounds like a heck of a deal to me. That'd
really
be a deal
is.
at half the price.
It really is a pretty huge
Oh,
deal.
it absolutely is. I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek about it, but it's a great deal.
No, it really is, yeah. Yeah, we did get news of ship attacks overnight. 2 tankers got hit. Oil did jump up a little bit, but it's not crazy elevated relative to where it was, you know, yesterday or the day before. It's still up though today. Do your patriotic duty, people. That's right. $17.76. So we've been shorting the Nasdaq here. Oil's still pretty low. 69s. Very rangy for oil though. Here's gold. Gold's almost back up. I mean, gold's been pretty strong. It looks like it's going to rebound here. Yeah, you got to pass by the 14th to get discounted PA. Yeah, so the discounted PA is going to last until the next week. Well, on evals is different, blue, to be honest. But depends on if it was my plan beforehand on a funded account. Nasdaq still looks kind of weak here. Remember, the lows of the day are at 558s down here. So we're watching memory and Nvidia today. I think those are the drivers. All right, so here's the 9 a.m. scrum. Let's see how the Nasdaq reacts to this here. But the 9 a.m. scrum is about to happen in less than 2 minutes. About a minute now, really. SpaceX has already joined the Nasdaq. They've mostly already bought it. We'll see the actual moves at 9:30 though. But SpaceX is already in the Nasdaq. It's at 150s now. I know, it's dark over here. I'll have to figure out some lighting. But yeah, SpaceX slightly red on the day now, but basically flat. It's trying to get back over 160s. All right, so here's the scrum. 30 seconds. We'll see what the scrum does. 9 o'clock, a lot of orders start happening, so. 9 a.m. is when a lot of orders get unlocked. We generally get some volatility right at 9 a.m. So that's in about 15 seconds. We'll see if we move around that. I was born in the dark, Wolf. You know, in the shadows. All right, guys, so here we go. Here's the 9 a.m. scrum. And here it is right here. So that's 9 o'clock right now. Not much movement. Again, the president is still speaking right now. SpaceX buying in the Nasdaq basically already happened yesterday at the bell end. Yeah, for sure. Well, I think it's just, I'm not sure what the reset fees are, but I think you can just buy another account. It's one-time fees anyway for evals right now. Still kind of looks like a short to me, but it depends on how much we bounce. The point of control is right around 650. Alright, guys, so we still have 30 minutes until the opening bell. Britt sent me to the shadow realm, that's right. He did, guys, he did. Alright, so we're seeing some drops now. Look at the Nasdaq dip. MU at 9:30.
Wait, what am I supposed to have done?
You sent me to the shadow realm, Britt. I knew you would, dude. It's kind of disappointing, you know?
I did. I stuck John in the upside down, everybody.
That's right. I knew you would, bro. I knew you would. Again, what's the play today, guys? What's your plan for the day? Let me know. We're at 9:33 on MU right now. Yeah, next week CPI is going to be big as well, in a market that genuinely fears inflation and more, so. Gold up to 41.80s here. Just got pushed out a little bit as well. All right, so we had news that Zippu AI, the Chinese AI lab behind the highly regarded GLM series of open source AI models, is weighing designing its own AI chips as surging demand in U.S. export controls make computing resources growing constraint, according to the information here. So more news about China getting into chips. How's Nvidia reacting to this? This happened about a minute ago here. We don't see Nvidia reacting too well to this. Nvidia's already down on DeepSeek, saying they're getting into AI chips, which we kind of already knew, but Nvidia did really deeply negatively react to it. You can kind of see the negative reaction starting at about 6:30 market time this morning. We rebounded about 50%, maybe a little bit less than that now, but chip fears are certainly here still. And so that's one of the big stories heading into the opening bell is what does MU, what does Nvidia do? AMD has been reacting well, but it's down pretty big on the day as well on all this stuff, so. Not lose money. Sitting in a dark room. Yeah, I decided to sit in a light room today, if you guys can't tell. Very light in here, yeah. Positive numbers for CPI. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. What's up, Bruce? Should we do another poll today?
Sure. And yeah, it's so light in there. It looks dark, kind of like when something is so cold it feels like it's burning you. Same thing.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to end this poll, and we're going to do another poll today. And the question on the poll is going to be, buy or sell memory stocks? Buy or sell memory stocks right now? That's the poll. Vote on the poll. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, the birds are here, bro. They're here. They're definitely still here if you can't hear them.
And I thought you hired some neighborhood kids to throw rocks at them.
Next week, you know.
Okay. Yep, they won't be there next week.
Yeah, we'll see. Trump discussed with Putin yesterday and then spoke with Zelensky, apparently. Said he had a positive discussion with Putin. He said Turkey bought planes from the U.S. as well. So he's still talking, but Nasdaq is fading a little bit into the opening bell today. Look, we're down to 29,620s. Look at this drop.
Yeah, I think they bought like 5 of them.
Yeah, so I'm looking at our poll options. 52% say sell, 48% say buy right now, 47%. So full port shorts and memory stocks. So you're trading with Michael Burry. Always a risky thing, but maybe he's right this time. I don't know.
What the heck? John is not a vampire. John is actually descended from the Van Helsing line.
Right, that's right. I'm a wizard, Harry. Nasdaq down.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Again, I'm a direct descendant of Giles Corey, so I'm just putting that out there. Maybe that's why I get CPI right. All right, look at the drops here. We're at 615s now. Nasdaq's fading a little bit here. The president's saying something. He's still speaking. It hasn't really been super market moving, but the Nasdaq's still fading a little bit here ahead of the opening bell. Giving back some
like how
of
everybody
these
says
gains.
they're descended from somebody famous.
Yeah. MU's.
I mean, I believe you are, but
Yeah, no. I mean, my dad always told me I was. He was one of the first men taken out in the Salem witch trials. Giles Corey was. Yeah, so Nvidia still dipping down. It's at 192s. Nasdaq's still slumping a little bit this morning here. Look, so Nasdaq's still slumping down. If Nvidia gets down to the 180s, I mean, that's not good. So if Nvidia gets down to 180s, that's bad, guys. That's the 4-month low since March. The attacked Qatari LNG tanker Al Rikaya is at risk of going down due to a fire in its engine room, apparently. But that news dropped about an hour ago. It's still a little quiet.
Goodness
here.
gracious.
Yeah.
I don't like MetaTrader 5. What is your platform?
I use TradeAvate. This is TradeAvate right here. If US loses the soccer game, John has to shave. Aren't they already out? Was this a
They already
trick?
lost.
Yeah, this was a trick, bro. Come on now. SpaceX? Yeah, we're watching SpaceX. Again, its inclusion into the Nasdaq is here, so maybe we get some volatility unlocked at the opening bell today, but the Nasdaq continues to fade some. Nvidia fading, MU fading, and again, just to recap the day here. So this is the day so far today. All right, so 2 ships were hit overnight, making oil move up some. The Kospi index, as well as SK Hynix and Samsung, which are in the Kospi index with Korea, some of the biggest memory plays, SK Hynix specifically is the largest, I believe, are reacting negatively after Samsung reported good prelim earnings overnight. So Samsung reported great earnings, still had a pretty negative reaction and everything. People are interpreting it as kind of sell the news event. And this is kind of what's dropping MU down to 930, SanDisk all the way down to 1600s. So SanDisk is pulling back big. It's down over 30%. MU is down 26% roughly. So memory plays are fading a little bit. DeepSeek announced they're getting into AI, and so Nvidia reacted negatively. It was about 194s. It's now at 192s. So we got about a 1% drop in Nvidia on this news. Real quick, though, look at the Nasdaq rebound here, guys. Hold on, real quick. Look at the Nasdaq rebound. Some type of news just happened here. Let's check it. But something just happened.
Trump says we have a great relationship with new Syrian leader.
He said, yeah, we don't want to
we're
sanction
gonna-
friends. I think we settle the conflict in Ukraine hopefully soon. But the Nasdaq reacted really positively to this. I see RTX is going to collaborate with European companies in order to double production of the Stinger missile. President says he likes Italy's prime minister, but she wasn't there for us on Iran and soured relations. He said we're going to be sanctioned. He said we're going to be taking sanctions off of Turkey's CAATSA sanctions. Says he has a great relationship with new leader.
Says he thinks we can settle the war in Ukraine hopefully soon.
Yeah, and look at Nvidia jump up a little bit on this. I don't know if this is why, but Nvidia just bounced pretty quickly here. Interesting. So something happened to make markets jump a little bit.
Maybe it's this defense bank initiative. I don't know.
Could be that. But yeah, look at Nvidia rebound here. MU's not really back up that much. Neither is Samsung. Neither is AMD. Seems to be an Nvidia rebound at the VWAP maybe here, driving the Nasdaq to bounce. But a pretty whippy move on the Nasdaq just now. Could be on Trump's comments. Definitely could be. Yeah, it could be 8 nations agree to back Canada's Defense and Security Bank initiative. Canada appreciates support from Albania, Belgium, Greece, Latvia, Luxembourg, Romania, Turkey, Ukraine for Defense Bank initiative.
Let's see.
Let me see what the
What was the
president
name of the platform? I think you're talking about. He said Trade of 8.
Yeah, I'm using Trade of 8. This is a Trade of 8. SpaceX bounce. It is in the Nasdaq now too. Yeah, so SpaceX weight around 1% in the Nasdaq. So we'll see if we get increases in weight for SpaceX, but it's not really bouncing too much here. It looks mostly due to Nvidia is the bounce that we're seeing. Potentially driving the Nasdaq here. Here's Nvidia at 192.40s. So it looks like the president's done speaking here. So president's done speaking right now. Nasdaq immediately pulled back though after hitting that 200 exponential at 655s. What's gold doing? Gold pulled back a little bit as well here. Still moving some. Yeah, the president on Greenland says it does not help Denmark. Greenland is important for the United States. It should be controlled by the U.S., not Denmark. Europe is a very different place now, in quotes. So, but I think he's done speaking as of now.
Going out on a high note, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, here we got about 19 minutes left before the opening bell here. So we'll see what we get today. It could be interesting. Still checking breaking news here, but Nasdaq's kind of flat ahead of it. Last quote says, Greenland should be controlled by the U.S. by Trump. Europe is a very different place now. Doesn't help Denmark. Says Greenland is important. What do you guys want to do on gold? Buy or sell gold right now? Gold basically flat on the day, but it's still technically green as of now, but basically flat. What's up, Punch? Sell gold. Stay long in gold. Sell. All right, we're still up to 4170s in gold, so we're watching gold here. Buy gold, I'll wait. I'm in IAU for the long haul. Buy gold futures on the pullback. Yeah, it's defensive is why we want Greenland. I mean, there's a few reasons, but yeah.
It's an ideal staging point for issues in the Arctic region.
Yeah. Are we really 50-50 on memory plays?
Well, that and it's
Yeah.
also very resource rich, apparently. I'm assuming as part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm looking at, I don't see any other quotes, but yeah, the Greenland quotes, but look at oil. It looks like a short here on the Nasdaq, though. How much time do we have? We have 15 minutes. I'm gonna short right here. We had a pretty green day already, but we're gonna short some. Maybe not the best time to short. We get over 655s, I'll cut it. But the 200 exponential seemed to have pushed us down a little bit here. Neutral on gold until it breaks either up or down on the wedge. Yeah, let's see if we keep pushing down some now. We seem to be in a range here. We got 15 minutes exactly left until the opening bell. I'll put a banner up at the bottom for the open here today. There we go. All right, so we're starting to push back up here, but we might be running into a little resistance up there at the 200 exponential, which is kind of what we done all morning today. We do have the Fed minutes report tomorrow. Small trade as of now, though. There we go. We're getting a push down here. Let me make sure we don't have news. I thought, look at this red showing up.
Something from Nigel Farage, but
Yeah.
other than that, I don't see anything.
I don't think that's moving things. Look at this drop. Good short so far here. Pulling back to the bottom of the range now. Still dropping some. We're at 625s. I think I'll hold this now, break even. See if we keep breaking down here. I gotta watch Nvidia though. Like I said, I'm really watching that 189 level in Nvidia here, because Nvidia 4-month lows are at 180s. So we'll see if the opening bell starts to move here. But look, so look at the Nasdaq dip. So we are dipping down pretty heavily. We gotta watch Spacex today as well though. Today we see red, maybe? Maybe we do. John, great short. Hey, thank you, sir. Boomers, where's the Dow out today? Dow is actually running up, so some rotation maybe out of tech here with the Dow pushing up to 53,600s on the Dow. So the Dow, where's all-time highs on the Dow? Yeah, so we just broke all-time highs on the Dow this morning here. Dow is up to 53,630s. I wonder if the president's going to say anything about it, but look at the Dow run. Rotation is what this is, but...
He's going to exit stage left and then just like run back out. Oh, by the way, I forgot the Dow's up.
Right. Dow breaking all-time highs today. People walk in where they say, look at the Dow, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Look at the Dow. It's beautiful.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to take a little bit of profit on this short right here. I think I have to. No? Look at this drop. It looks catalyst driven, though. We're moving quickly all of a sudden here. I don't really see anything that might move this, though. I'm checking breaking news, but I don't really see much.
Hey, thanks for becoming a member, Sale.
Oh,
or however you say that.
Yeah, thank you, my friend. Shout out to you, brother, for becoming a member. Thank you, my friend.
Sorry if I didn't say your name right. I tried.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, we're still breaking down here. I might add more to this short now. We've made enough. Maybe gonna add more on a pullback here. Maybe a little greedy here, but that's okay. We can be greedy sometimes. 12 minutes before the opening bell. What trading platform doesn't exist? The one I'm on right now definitely doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's the same one I'm using, but it's definitely fictional.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of forming a expanding range here, though. Some say it's the greatest ever.
Some do say that, John Locke.
Yeah, this is Trade Evade, guys. This is Trade Evade right here. Look, I'm gonna add some to this because you know we can because it's an eval. I want to see if the short-term moving average pushes us down and we hold. I don't mind taking some size. We have a very big cushion on the day now. All right, we're basically flat on this trade. There we go. Better. Okay, we're gonna take some more off there. Still hold a large amount though. There we go. Take a little bit more off up here. Or down here. Tradovate, Tradovate. Yeah, Tradovate. Taking some size today. Britt had a great joke.
I did. It was a wonderful joke. I just didn't feel comfortable saying it on the stream.
Nah, dude. You're good, bro. All right, guys. 10 minutes. 10 minutes until the opening bell. Bull or bear for the open, guys? Let me know. We're at 51% thinking it's time to buy memory stocks. 49 think it's time to sell. So we're kind of split down the middle in regards to memory.
Voice only man, trade with real money, kids do the Monopoly ones. I'm assuming I'm voice only man, which is a great superhero name, by the way.
Voice only man. Yeah, that's your superpower. Look, I'm gonna take
Yeah,
some more off right here, guys.
Just gonna scream at criminals from the shadows. They'll never see me. You know.
They'll run away in fear. They'll run away in fear. Right?
Yeah.
Catalyst driven. I don't see any news to make it catalyst driven. I'm checking. I don't see anything right now. Nasdaq's still fading though. It looks to be Nvidia. Look, this short is doing incredibly well right now. Yeah, I mean, SanDisk is fading down here, but look at this drop. Still fading a little bit with all this going on. If you're there, I think Tradeify hard drip is a good one. So Tradeify, you can use code BGT there as well. All right, I'm going to take a little bit more off here since we're just breaking down so much from that short entry. Yeah, 600 is right here too, so we kind of exited out of some size right here. We're still holding sub, but I looked at pre-market. What happened? Well, Samsung posted preliminary earnings overnight, and they did really well, but it was kind of a sell the news of it, and Samsung and SK Hynix and the Kospi index dropped. This dragged down memory play specifically. We had Nvidia come out with news regarding, or we had DeepSeek come out news saying they're getting into AI chips. And so Nvidia dropped on that news as well. SpaceX inclusion in the Nasdaq happens today. Or it's kind of already happened, but we'll see some reactions to that at the opening bell also. And we had more strike news overnight, escalating tensions in the Middle East. So a lot of things happened to make markets fall overnight. And, you know, here we are now. The president spoke about 10 minutes ago, finished speaking about 10 minutes ago as well. So, yeah, that's what we're kind of looking at right now. I'm looking at SanDisk and MU fading. Again, I'm really watching Nvidia too, though, here. Again, Nvidia 4-month lows are right underneath the lows of the day. So we start to break down more. we could see some big corrections here. I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of this short position, or at least most of it here. We'll hold a little piece in case it continues to break down. But those are the kind of stories from the day here. But, yeah, markets are kind of...
Michael cut... Sorry. Stop talking over me, John.
You know, Britt, listen, that's what I do here, bro. You know? In fact, that's why you're here, is so I can talk over you, you know?
Just to give you somebody to interrupt, huh?
Hey, Britt, I'm going to let you finish. But the Nasdaq is starting to bounce back up right now. Yeah. The birds are
I'm
here.
just wondering who Michael Cudlitz is.
They might be trying to get you to talk about food.
Nah, I mean, I don't. Maybe, but I don't. If he is, I have no idea who that is.
I
but,
love chicken cutlets, you know?
Who's Michael Cudlitz, everybody, or however you say his name. But no, that's not who I look like, whoever that is. I look like a cross between like Jason Mewes and Paul Reiser, you know?
Yeah. Actor, who's actor? Actor, you sound just like him? Oh, you must be talking about Trump, yeah. Britt's Trump impression is pretty on point. Yeah.
Michael Cudlitz is... I'm actually do a terrible Trump impersonation, but I think Michael Cudlitz is an actor, apparently.
Okay.
You see who that is.
You got the whole stream Googling Michael Cutlass.
You can't say it right.
What is it? Is it Cutler? Cutlass?
Cutlitz, like D-L-I-T-Z.
Oh, okay. I just watched Band of Brothers. He's in it. He's what's his name? Tank? Or what's his name?
That guy.
Yeah.
I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
But I don't look like that.
All right, guys. Nasdaq's still fading into the opening bell. There's the market on open data. It's probably coming in negative right now for the market on open data. UK MTO receives reports of an incident involving a tanker transiting the Strait of Hormuz. And we also had the market on open data that's probably influencing things here. So again, UK MTO receives report of incident involving a tanker transiting the Strait. We're at 590s down on the Nasdaq. This short is working out really well, which is great. But yeah, here we go, guys. 4 minutes left. We'll see what Tesla deliveries. We'll see what SpaceX, all that stuff how that influences everything.
Gold's
pulling back as well.
Struck or the one from earlier?
I don't know. This one, it's a little bit vague. It says UK MTO receives report of incident involving a tanker transiting the Strait. That's all it tells me right now.
Okay. Let's just look and see if oil's going up or anything.
Yeah, so oil prices are up, I believe, a little bit. So it seems like that's the news impacting things here. Look at oil jump on this news as well here. So oil jumped. We had the market on open data. Market's breaking down. Dow's been breaking all-time highs. Gold was green on the day. It's now pulling back a little bit as well because of increased oil prices, meaning yields are higher, which means more people buy bonds versus gold. And SpaceX, again, we're watching that heading into the opening bell in 3 minutes. But the Nasdaq continues to fade this morning on that news. Again, UK MTO says it received a report of an incident involving a tanker in the Strait. It says tanker was struck by an unidentified projectile and it's believed to have structural damage. No casualties or environmental impacts reported, but we did get news of this earlier. So this might be old news getting refreshed in markets, but markets are reacting to it. Oil has spiked, the Nasdaq is down, and gold is falling on higher yield potential with higher oil. So that is something that's going on right now. We're still in the short right now, by the way. We have about 3 minutes left until the market opens, but we are still in the short.
Hey, Faye.
Hey, what's up, Faye? Who's Al?
What?
I don't know. Somebody said Al on the other side of the fence. I don't remember what the guy's name is on Boy Meets World, but it might be Al.
Not Boy Meets World, Home Improvement.
Home Improvement, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I knew it was either Boy Meets World or Home Improvement.
No, the guy on the other side of the fence in Boy Meets World was Mr. Feeney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mr. Feeney. The GOAT. You know, the man.
Heck yeah, I love Mr. Feeney.
Yeah, dude, he was a real one, you know. Always told it how it is, you know.
Yep.
I enjoy this channel. Thank you, Shrav. Appreciate it, brother. If I want to trade on Top Step, better use Tradeovate or Top Step X. I like Top Step X, but everybody's different. BGT means Brit's a great trader. That's definitely not true. I mean, I'm just joking.
No, it's not.
You might be a good trader. I don't know. All right, guys. The opening bell is upon us. We have less than 2 minutes now. I've been writing this short down all morning. I think with the opening bell, though, I kind of have to cut this. We'll hold one micro now. What's up, Igor? All right, guys, here we go. Bull or bear for the open? Let me know in chat right now. Hey, congrats, Wolf. Happy engagement, my friend. Wish you guys lots of happiness.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But the Nasdaq is flushing down. Let's see what Spacex does at the opening bell. I'm really curious to see what happens here. We got a minute left. I'm going to cut this trade. I don't want to hold it through the opening bell. We'll see what SpaceX, MU, Nvidia, gold, and all this other stuff does. But look at oil real quick ahead of the open here. Oil did spike up almost to 70, 69.82s now. We're starting to rebound back up. But again, this is after news of a reported incident on the Strait of Hormuz regarding a tanker influencing things right before the opening bell. We got 40 seconds left. There's oil, though. Oil did jump on this news. I'm short on equities today after we sweep overnight sessions. Yeah, I mean, definitely possible. By the dip, we rally after 9:45. Congrats. Yeah. Bear? Yeah, we could be bear for sure. All right, guys, let's see what we get. It's opening bell time. All right, here we go. There's the opening bell. So the market is now open. Let's watch SpaceX. I'm a little bit late, but look at SpaceX fall after its inclusion into the Nasdaq at 158 right now. Nasdaq is actually starting to rebound some on this news, but look at SpaceX fall here. Gold is pulling back some. Oil is still jumping here after that news, but starting to fade back down a little bit here. But look at SpaceX dip. It's at 157s. 157s, 157.30s here for SpaceX. I'm going to put it in sub-only mode. Yeah, taking out Asian low. I got to watch Nvidia here as well, though. Nvidia is getting close to that 4-month low here, and that could drag the Nasdaq down if we start to really test it. So let's see what happens here. But look at Nvidia fall. So I'm definitely watching Nvidia right now. The Nasdaq has had a pretty big jump, all things considered, though. So Nasdaq filled all of that bearish momentum. Good thing I got out of that short before the open here. So I got out of that short just in time, it looks like. Because look at this. There's Nvidia. Look at MU. Google, Meta, Apple. Amazon's a big story too. SanDisk. Watching Nvidia closely here. But look at the Nasdaq jump. And then pull back some. So we got an opening range. We got to wait for that range to break. SpaceX is actually retracing some here, though. Okay, big retracement back up. Starting to head up here. We're kind of in the high volume node now. Where's SpaceX at? All right, Nasdaq still heading back up, so I'm filling some of this gap here. Gold holding green on the day. I gotta watch Nvidia though. Again, Nvidia is something I'm watching. Kind of a quiet open right now though. I mean, the Nasdaq has bounced back some, but a little bit more quiet here. Nvidia looks like it might do a red to green move. And again, SpaceX now at 158. Here's the NQ.
I need gold to drop back down to like 2005 prices so I can buy it.
Honestly, I'm watching for a turnaround in the Nasdaq here, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just going to look for signs that it does so I can maybe jump in short. We're running into some resistance at that 200 EMA as well here. Taking out the Asia low. So far, y'all bullish or bearish right now with the opening bell here. Nasdaq started to dip down here, so we are seeing some signs. I'm with you, John. See if we'll lose bullish momentum. Yeah, I mean, look, there's the Nasdaq start to turn, so the short thesis was right so far. We're getting close to the lows of the day here, by the way. Lows of the day are 558s. We're at 570s right now. So apparently that thesis was right so far. Might as well be bearish. Well, we're starting to get close to those lows here. I got to watch like Nvidia here as well. Although Nvidia is not really moving down. Spacex is, though. MU is starting to test the lows of the day. It's at 9:15 right now. So MU might be preparing to break lows of the day here. 9:15.05s. Nasdaq is turning quickly down here on memory slumps too. Look at this. So MU just cracked lows of the day. Got under 9:15s for a split second. The Nasdaq was bearish. We're about 4 minutes into the day too, so I can trade now some. I'll look for a rebound up to like 600s and maybe short that, but I think it's not risk-free. SpaceX continues to fall. It's at 157s right now. Nasdaq just broke lows of the day at 29.540s now, 25.540s. Nasdaq continues to slump. Look at that, down at 540s here on the NQ. Gold's still going up. Oil prices still consolidating here, but Nasdaq's dumping down. This is mostly memory falling here. Again, you look at MU, down. You look at SanDisk, down. Cracking lows of the day, 1605s for SanDisk. SpaceX dipping at 157s as well here. So Nasdaq looking bearish so far this morning. The bear thesis was correct, at least as of now. So chips are fading into the opening bell. We'll see if we get a bounce back here. I might look for 575s now if we get a quick bounce up there, but it's definitely looking a little weak this morning. Bears showing up after the bell today for sure. Let's see if we hold, but the bears are here. Amazon. Yeah, I mean, we're looking a little scary right now in stocks. Amazon's doing all right, though. But there's the Nasdaq, just cracked lows again. Got down to 511s. We'll see if 29.5 props us up, though. Still falling here. Look at the Nasdaq dip. SanDisk just broke lows again. SpaceX broke opening bell lows. MU's down to 916, hit 912s here. There's the Nasdaq continue to fall. 29.5s is right below us. It could act as support, though, but we're starting to see some red show up in markets for sure right now. Down to 505s as of now. Was Michael Burry correct, I guess is the question. Because we are still slumping down here.
I mean, do you like to see that, John? Are you shorting?
Not right now. I'm already out of my short. We made enough money from it. But 505s, look at that bounce. Do I want to short into this bounce, though? Not quite yet. Maybe 550 props us down. I'm looking for 575s or so. Now, the president's done speaking, I believe.
I'm looking for a bunch of people to start hitting the like button. That's what I'm looking for.
And the
we're
subscribe
at 261. We've got 1,100 people watching roughly. And so I feel like we could get a lot more likes than 261.
Yeah, the Dow broke all-time highs. It's pulling back some as well here. So these are memory names slumping down, though. My SanDisk short did good. Very predicted the exact moment the AM bubble pops would be the funniest thing ever. He would finally be right. Maybe when people would stop calling him blurry if he was right about this. I'm watching 575s right now for a continuation short, though. We got up to almost 560s. I opened up a short on Michael Burry. All right, there we go. I'm going to short this right here. Small, very small actually, but we'll see if this pushes down.
Thank you, chat, for the quick and enthusiastic response. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, guys. Thank you. We're in this short. Might add more to it if we get up there. It looks a little heavy here, though, for sure. But let's see if it holds. A lot of memory fears right now.
I don't know.
Samsung had great earnings, and then Kospi reacted negatively. I'll hold this.
I don't know, Kospi. What do you call that?
What?
Sorry. Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so we're going to add a little bit to this. See if 575s props us down here. There we go. Okay. We'll take a little bit off here. Beautiful rejection at around 575s where we wanted. We'll take about half of the position off and then let the rest kind of work. See if we get back down to those lows and memory keeps slumping down and freaking people out. SpaceX down to 156s here. There we go. There we go. We'll take another half of the position off here. Back down to the lows of the day here. SpaceX down to 155s. MU is starting to bounce a little bit here, but where's Nvidia at and all this stuff? Nvidia turning red. Look at this. Okay. Still dropping down some more here. There we go. We broke lows of the day in the short.
All right.
Still red. I'll take one off here and just lock it in, and then we'll hold this last little piece left. So far, so good, though. Look at that. Still cracking lows right now in market. Still dropping pretty significantly here. Yeah, let's look at SpaceX right now. There's MU. MU starting to fight its way back, though, but look at SpaceX dump. 154s. We're under 29.5s again here. Looking really heavy, but we've already scaled out of basically all this trade. I'm going to cut it right here on this bounce and wait now. But look at SpaceX fall. A little scary here today, guys.
Voiceman abusing his superpowers, making us all like the video. That's right. You know, they say with great power comes great responsibility to harass the chat.
Is that his new name, Voiceman? I kind of like it. You know?
I kind of do too, actually.
Voiceman.
I'm leaning into it, you know?
Yeah. You got to on the internet. Yeah, look at SpaceX continue to fall here. Look at the Nasdaq rebound, though. So the Nasdaq just popped back up. I think this is memory related, though. Memory play starting to bounce back, and so is Nvidia. Still a little choppy here after this breakdown, but hey, well, the last few days have been scary here. We had memory pullbacks and fears and chips. So Amazon breaking down at 244s right now. Yeah, Voiceman is the narrator. He's my conscience today, leading me astray. I'm gonna go sit by the bay and eat some hay. What do you say? Nasdaq coming back up. We're at 570s here, 570s. Yeah, you gotta buy a cape, Brit, for sure.
How do you know I don't already have one?
He does. You know, you wouldn't know because he's Voiceman. So that's the superpower.
I mean, it's magician's cape, you know, but it works.
Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, we're starting to rebound back up here. Back over 29.5s. Let me check news, make sure we don't have anything going on influencing this right now, but probably just market volatility. 600s is the next level I'm looking at. 29 600s. This could prop us down too, but looks bearish, but we're starting to see some rebounds here. I'm gonna forage for an orange. There you go. That's my rhyme with orange. You're welcome. Sublime. Now you owe me $20.
I'm gonna say sporange and blorange. And
Yeah.
by the way, those are real things.
All right, so Bank of America Global Research initiated coverage on SpaceX with a buy rating, 235 price target. Yeah, apparently Farage is going to resign.
Yeah, I saw that. I was talking about that earlier a little bit.
All right, Nasdaq pushing back down a little bit here. Here's SpaceX at 155s. It's a little more ambiguous right now, but is this buy or sell? What do you guys think?
Forget SpaceX semi is bouncing. That's more important. I mean,
Yeah, I'm watching SpaceX. Yeah, we're definitely looking at SpaceX, but all right, guys, we don't have any data today or anything like that, but it looks bearish, obviously. But you know, we got a higher low from the lows of the day, so we'll see if we start to rebound here. Buy, buy, buy. There's a song the chat is singing. Sell.
yeah.
Green in July, buy semiconductor calls. Free money by Thursday, buy low, sell high. What about buy high, sell low?
What about buy low, sell low?
I mean, that could happen too. Tight POC range. Yeah, point of control up to 650s is what I'm showing here. A lot of both here. Yeah, so we're starting to rebound back up at this 600 level. Like I said, remember I said watch 600. This level here could prop us down. I'm not saying it will, but it could right here. So let's watch it, see if we fight our way over that or see if we reject. Yeah, I mean, SpaceX already is kind of a sell the news event. It's down on 150s on the day. Hey, there's 600s rejecting, like I told you. I don't know if it's going to hold down. That, you know, let's see. But 600s has rejected us so far here. We'll see if we fight our way back up over it. But that 600 level, we rejected almost exactly at that level so far. We'll give it some time, though. If we fight our way back up it could squeeze some of the shorts out jumping in now. So we'll give it a second. Yeah, I see Nvidia. Nvidia is kind of flat on the day, and it's red technically on the day. Amazon is technically green, but it's kind of down since the opening bell. Google's up, though. Google's rebounding. It's almost at 370s right now. So part of this is Google. Here's Google right here. So Google up to 370s. Look at this bounce. So we'll see what happens with markets now, but yeah, MU is still pretty red on the day. It's at 930. You know, it was at 9. It was almost at 1,000 yesterday when it closed. So MU still down, mostly because Kospi index is down and the other memory plays are down. But I'm still watching 29,600s here. I think that's kind of the middle range, or that's kind of the milestone level I want to see us either get over it if we're going to go bullish, or reject it if we're going to stay bearish at 29,600s on the Nasdaq. All right, so we're still rejecting 29,600, so maybe if we get a little bounce now, I'll short. See if we start to flush back down, but we are seeing some tech rebounds. It's going to be small. We're going to get in really small and then add to this one, since it's kind of ambiguous in terms of where we're going here, to be honest. All right, there we go. We are green. But again, it's a little ambiguous right here. That's why we're trading very small. There's Oracle. Oracle at 145s. You're about to have a really good short day today, my friend. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the positive comment. You know, so thank you, sir. We'll see, though. I've already made money shorting all day here. We're up a lot, but again, I do believe...
Positive comment on shorting.
Yeah, I do believe we're a little ambiguous in terms of direction here. We're kind of sideways, but there we go. That's better.
Is being positive about shorting an oxymoron?
Kind of. Shorts can hold down semi much longer short term. Amazon's starting to fight its way back up, but look at the Nasdaq. MU's starting to fade. It's back under the VWAP here for MU. All right, the short's turning out really well. I got to take half off here and then maybe add larger size on a rebound back up is what I'm looking at, if we get a rebound back up. Let's see. Getting back down to close to lows of the day here. Where's Nvidia? Nvidia's starting to fade back down too. All right, there's a bounce back. I'm interested in shorting into this, but I haven't added any size back yet. I'm still worried 550 is going to prop us up, or 500 is going to prop us up. We can add a tad bit into this now. See if we reject back down now. Where's SpaceX? SpaceX is still breaking down here. And remember, it's in the Nasdaq now, so it's about 1%. It could drag the Nasdaq down some. There we go. Okay, we're getting close to the lows here. I'm going to take another half off right there. And then kind of do a similar thing where we just kind of add to our winning positions and then hold the rest break even if we start to rebound. There we go. We're going to cut it right there, break even. Very green trade. So still hanging out here, but got a little recovery bounce. Remember, Apex does have their big sale that ends tonight at midnight. You can get 250K legacy accounts for $17.76 right now, if you haven't already. I'll put the link up. Great way to help support the channel here. They are an affiliate of mine. Of course, I'm biased, but there you go. I want to add to my MU trade, but I bet it goes for the gap fill. Are you long or short, Chad? People are sleeping on news. Yeah, I mean, oil wasn't, though. Oil did move from it. What in the goodness gracious? What's up, man? Spacex been breaking down all morning. And again, it is in the Nasdaq, so it influences the NQ as it breaks down now, too. Amazon fighting its way back up, though. We're close to lows of the day here. So we are close to lows. Nvidia is kind of what's looking a little bit bearish now, too. Like, look at Google still rise pretty strong here. But look at Nvidia. It's starting to head back down. It's testing 192s. And again, if we break down underneath 189s here, this is the 4-month low. Last time we hit lows that on Nvidia was in March. And here's the Nasdaq as I say this, start to drop with Nvidia a little bit here. So look at the Nasdaq get close to these low levels here. So Nasdaq very close to lows of the day. It's testing 29,500s, which is, I'm worried 29.5s is going to prop us up though, and kind of fake out, squeeze out some of the shorts that jump in around the lows. So I'm watching for that, but we'll see.
Hey, I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Let's see if we crack lows of the day. From 1050? You're short, I'm assuming. I'm back. Bipolar market is definitely bipolar. All right, let's see if we crack lows here. We're still close to lows. It looks like we want to break it, but I'm worried. Again, 29.5s might prop us up. Let's see. Oh, you're long. Sorry, from 10.5s. Be careful. Nvidia's starting to fight its way back up, though. MU's down to 920s here. So we're back to almost pre-earnings levels for MU. SanDisk is close to lows as well. Spacex back down close to lows also here, guys. So I don't know if I want to buy or sell this, but here's the test of the lows right now. Under 29,500s for a split second. But again, I am worried this level could squeeze people out. But there's the crack of lows here. So we just broke lows of the day. Nasdaq still falling down here. Look at this drop. MU fading down here as well. Let's see if this is a liquidity grab. It looks like it might. Yeah, there's the big squeeze up here. I don't hate a log right now, to be honest, but I don't think it's risk-free. I'm watching memory to see what it does. SpaceX is getting very close to lows of the day here. But look at SpaceX right now. SpaceX is very close to lows of the day. Very close to lows. Yeah, we're at 154s right now, so we're still breaking down here. Just cracked lows of the day for SpaceX. Nasdaq starting to get close to lows again here. So look at SpaceX drop at 154s. Here's the Nasdaq. MU and SanDisk. SpaceX down to 153s now. Crack lows again on the Nasdaq. Look at that. So we just broke lows again. Nvidia's starting to follow the wave of red here. Nvidia's down to 191s. Amazon's doing okay though. No, I'm not sure, Steve. All right, we're down to 460s. Soxel down 17% now. Yeah, look at memory fade. SanDisk. Amazon's ripping up in rotation, but SanDisk just cracked lows of the day. Got down to 1585s right now. Spacex down to 153s. Red open. Still breaking lows here. 450 right now. Just cracked 450s. I'm going to take a small long position here. Very small. And then we'll add to it if it goes in my favor here. But a very small long position. See if we retrace back up some. Very small though. SpaceX cracked lows again. Almost down to 153 evens now. AMD's breaking down. Microsoft is starting to fight its way back up, though. All right, so we're pretty green in this little bitty long trade. We'll add to it, though, if it goes in my favor, not take too much risk on it. MU's almost at lows of the day, though. It's at 913s here, so I don't know how good this trade is going to keep going. MU at 913s, right around lows of the day. Looks like it might break lows of the day here. Got really close. But we're still at lows. Nasdaq just cracked lows of the day again. Again, I'm looking for kind of a liquidity grab scenario that squeezes shorts out real quick here. But if MU keeps breaking down and SanDisk does, which they are, this is why I took a very small trade. Only 2 micros here. I don't like it too much. So we're just going to see. I think the risk reward is good. I don't know what the accuracy is going to be like in this trade. But all right, MU just cracked lows 911s for MU. It's at 912s. Back up now a little bit, but SpaceX is dumping here right now. I'm going to cut this trade and just get out. Very small loss here. Look at SpaceX. Yeah, so we dropped a pretty significant amount and everything. MU down to 911s. Now, we might rebound back up, but 5 pretty deep red candles now at the opening bell. We're at 152.60s. Buy a light? Yeah, maybe I'll buy one, dude. I don't know. Yeah, we don't have money for lights. Lights are expensive now, you know. Put some lights today.
Besides, you know, like whether you can see or not, that's really all in your mind.
That's
you
right.
know, if you believe you can see, then you can see. John's there.
Oh, I believe. Honestly, it's not that dark in here for me. For whatever reason, it looks crazy dark on stream. Shadow John today, but look at Nvidia. MU rebounding some. So maybe we start to see some memory plays rebounding. SanDisk has been really breaking down though today. Are you guys green or red so far today? Really hoping the first 30 minutes is a fake out. SpaceX. See if we start to rebound back up. So we've had some red action so far. Again, DeepSeek came out with news that they want to bypass US sanctions with a custom chip. It's why Nvidia has been fading today, but memory has also been fading after Samsung and Kospi and SK Hynix. Here's gold. So gold finally back red on the day. I think the big question in everybody's minds right now is, was Burry correct? Was Michael Burry correct? What do you guys think? Alright, so we did jump in a long here. I'll show you guys this. I guess I gotta cut it here. I want to cut it before this short-term moving average here. We'll hold it break even now on the rest. but we'll give it some time. We got to watch other markets to see what they do. SpaceX at 152s right now. MU is starting to rebound, though. SanDisk, not so much. SpaceX, not so much, but... All right, we're getting pushed all the way back down. That short-term moving average still pushing us down here. We'll give it a second, though. Quick push down here. He's not correct. He's wrong. Dude, it outs as a short, and here we are. Or he says something useful, people panic. All right, so we're going to take another half off in this one. And then hold 2, and then maybe add back, depending on if we start to see a broader rebound here. Here's 10 a.m., so here's 10 a.m. time print in 20 seconds. MU starting to rebound back up. Nvidia bounced all the way back up to almost 193s right now. So this is mostly driven by Nvidia, it looks like here. Yeah, we got news that the UK MTO reports no casualty or environmental damage and the vessel is moving now to the next port. Where's oil at? Oil's back up to $70 a barrel here after an incident of another tanker in the Strait of Hormuz reported recently. Nvidia, though, guys, like, look at Nvidia here. So Nvidia is really what's driving this pushback. Nvidia getting balled up here. 193s right now, almost at the high of the open right now. So still red on the day, but oh, did the opening bell timer restate? Yeah, my bad, guys. Here, let me fix it. That's tomorrow's open.
Maybe this first open was just a cold open, and this next one that you have on the timer is the real open. You know,
wait on stream until tomorrow, guys. No bathroom breaks.
It was a soft open, you guys.
Yeah. Trouble in the Strait. Yeah, another incident reported here. They said no casualty and it's moving on to the next port, but another incident. Oil is what's jumping right now. So you see oil. Oil's up to $70 right now a barrel WTI. I'm going to take a piece off of this again, and then we'll hold the rest flat at the lows. SpaceX rebounded back up to 154s. They're almost 154s. Yeah, Tesla is interesting today as well after the volatility here. It's at 415, so it's still down. The reason I ask is if Michael Burry was correct is because he's shorting Tesla, Micron, Caterpillar, MU, and more. So he's greened in most of those, actually, you know. MU still popping back up. It's at 920s. Nvidia is rebounding some as well here.
So Burry's shorting a lot of stuff. Who is shorting Burry, though, in the chat?
Long or short Burry right now, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, Aida. Yeah, I mean, obviously Burry is short biased. I don't think he's taking a long in 84 years.
I don't know, Pew, did he get Palantir right as well?
Yeah. If he held it. Palantir was up too much, though. You know, it hit 207s. You know, it's at 130s now, so yeah. Short Burry. Boo that man.
Boo this man.
Burry appears to be desperate, trying to live up to his own name. I don't know, man. He's trying to find Bubbles. He's Bubble Boy.
Who's Bubbles?
Bubbles is my dancer name. You know,
That was a good one.
But yeah, Burry is bubble boy. He's trying to find bubbles. He's not wrong all the time either, you know, but he's called too many short predictions and crash predictions over the last 15 years to get any credibility, I think.
Blue says, "Why is John in witness protection?" You do look like you're in witness protection.
Yeah, I look like Britt said earlier, I look like I'm in one of those gangland documentaries where they gotta hide my face, but I'm reporting on it. You know?
To be fair, someone in the chat said that, but I will take the credit.
Yeah. I knew I recognized you, Bubbles. That's right. You got to recognize this. Y'all can't see the dancer because, you know, we got to conceal my identity, but, you know.
Yeah, dude. Like, what's his name? It's like Randy Quaid in Kingpin, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, guys. So, look, we're here. I'm going to sell this last little piece flat if we start to crack lows here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pew. I know it was you, but we never give you credit, you know.
No, sorry.
All right, we're at lows of the day. I'm going to get out the rest of this short. Still made a bunch of money from it, but I got to cut it here. I'm too worried we're going to crack lows. Tesla's turned down a little bit. MU's starting to fade back down a little bit as well. SanDisk is still close to lows. Nvidia is still at almost highs of the opening range here, though. But,
yeah,
markets are a little nervous right now.
Also, Pew, I've got to correct you, and I'm ashamed that I know this. Bubbles was not the monkey in Powerpuff Girls. Bubbles was one of the Powerpuff Girls.
John was Bubbles. In an old life, you know. Crypto trader? Definitely crypto. Documentary advice. Yeah.
Yeah. The monkey Pew was Mojo Jojo.
Keegan knows. Keegan knows. How you feel about Apple right now? Apple, I think is interesting. It could be a hedge against some of the AI overvaluation fears and all that stuff, since Apple has been more reluctant to pivot into AI deeply, and that's disappointed a lot of people. But maybe if AI is overvalued, Apple could be like a hedge right now, and it's probably a good long-term stock regardless of whether AI does well or not. All right, Nvidia just cracked the opening range here. It's at 193.50s. Yeah, I don't know, backflip. Apple should stay in hardware. Yeah, I mean, look, we've had some bearish moves at the open, but Nvidia is kind of following markets back up some, or leading markets up some with the movement here. MU's doing okay. It's still consolidating though, kind of a lower highs, lower lows situation for MU. SanDisk is more red than MU right now. SpaceX again is all the way down at 152s. It's almost at lows of the day, but you can see Nvidia back up here at 193s. So we'll see what happens. A lot of this rebound though is driven by Nvidia. Still looking pretty weak in the Nasdaq though. Let's see if Nvidia can help revive it, is what the story is right now, I think. Yields jumping up. Yeah, I mean, yields are jumping up because oil's popping up here. If you look at oil right now, another incident was reported in the Strait, and so oil is starting to pop. It's at 70 plus right now. That's making yields go up from more hawkish fears and higher oil prices, meaning inflation might not settle. So.
What if you don't look at oil? Is it still going up?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's kind of like one of those things, like if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around,
right,
does it still make a sound?
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. I get it. Nvidia dipping down to 193s here. It looks like we might crack this low level, though. Who knows? SanDisk back down to lows at 1570 right now. There we go. We're at 445s.
Sarge.
So Nasdaq starting to break. It looks like we're going to crack these lows. Like I said, 420 is the low of the day in the Nasdaq. We're getting close to that now. SanDisk broke lows of the day, 1568s now. MU starting to fade with it here. So it looks like we're going to break this low real quick, but who knows? There we go. We're at the lows. We just cracked it. Yep. 413 is now the low of the day.
What's up, Blaze? That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one, Blaze.
And Vasquez, is that would that happen to be a Schrodinger reference?
All right, so we cracked lows and then rebounded back up here. We're at 440s right now.
And an answer to your question, Blaze, yes, he's still wrong.
Always wrong, bro.
Oh, yeah.
As a married person for, 15 years now or whatever, however long I got married to go. Sometimes even if you don't feel like you're wrong, you got to just say you're wrong. So apologize anyway.
Just take the L.
That's right. It happens. That's the life.
By the way, John, I'm sure your wife would have been really happy to hear, like, however long we've been married.
It's like around 15 years.
Yeah.
Oil and yields are up. Yeah, oil spiking right now on more incidents reported in the Middle East. Look at oil jumping to 70.5 right now. So oil is back over $70 a barrel. It's my job as a husband to mess with, to say that though.
Hey, John, who's that behind you with a frying pan?
Who? Tesla at lows of the day as well. 411s right now for Tesla. Sandisk consistently breaking lows, now down to 1560s. Oil still jumping up some here. Look at Sandisk. 1560s. MU, 1560s. Nasdaq just broke lows of the day.
Win, I'm assuming I'm saying that right. Nguyen, I think that's win. I'm not positive. I might be wrong. Take the L means take the loss.
Yeah. Still breaking down. We're at 412s, 411s. Why is memory crashing? Yeah, I mean, Samsung numbers were great, but memory's still fading here. Tesla breaking down. MU breaking down. Sandisk breaking down. Nvidia's doing less poorly, but it's still red on the day here. But look at the Nasdaq dip. 29,400s. I almost want to buy this here, but I think it's risky right now with how much memory's breaking down. MU is almost getting back to lows of the day as well. It's at 913s, 909s, 910, basically the low of the day for Nvidia, or for MU.
Let's see. Blue says I just bought an oil ETF. Let's see. Britt will remember I called $67 oil. I'll try to remember. I'm not making any promises, but I'll try.
Yeah, Nasdaq just cracked lows of the day again here. There's the Nasdaq down to 386s here, still falling. Spacex down to 152s, cracked lows again recently as well. Sandisk is really the memory play that's falling though. Look at the Nasdaq, just broke lows again here. Here's Sandisk.
Paco Andrews says bonds are up, and that's what's driving the Nasdaq down.
Well, I mean, bonds are up yields are up. Yields are up and oil prices are up, and that's what's driving bonds, right? Like, higher oil means higher inflation fears, which means less rate cuts, more likely that we get rate hikes, and that's all due to the higher oil prices here. If you look at oil hit 75s. It's pulling back now, but higher oil means higher inflation, which means higher yields. So that's kind of what's going on. More incidents reported in the Middle East, but this is SpaceX just cracked lows at 151, Sandisk at 1550s, MU pushing towards lows, and the memory sell-off continues today, guys. Continuing the memory sell-off thesis right now. 360s on the Nasdaq here.
Basically, you're saying those different factors are basically part of a cascade effect.
Right, correct here. It's all based around oil, right? Oil going up is bad for a lot of things. Scary. Higher yields is worse for gold as well and more. Where's gold at? Yeah, gold's been fading here. I'm surprised it's not fading more, but Nasdaq just bounced up. We bought the dip here. We'll see if we hold this, but If MU keeps cracking lows, we will sell, to be honest. All right, MU getting at 911s now, 912s or so. 909.80s is the low of the day.
He says he put in a 15x long on SanDisk. Is he cooked?
Yeah, I'm going to take a larger trade here now and just kind of buy some of this sell-off. Try to average in some size here since we have such a big cushion on the day, but we're not going to take it too crazy. Maybe a bad long here, but we'll give it a second. All right, MU just broke lows, 909.30s for MU. I don't want to add to this, so I'm not going to. We're very green on the day, though, even with this trade, but I'm going to start cutting some of it down here. Too much risk to hold through big sell-offs like this. Yeah, we're out of most of this here.
Can you prove it?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just sell right there. Too much risk. Still breaking down right now, though. Let's see if we start to see some rebounds here. Back to lows again. Still big drops here, man. Look at these drops. Wow. Could be oil driven. Just retrace back up a pretty large margin here. All right, we are in this again. I did take some big positions here, but that's okay. Did get a retracement back up. There we go. Take a little bit more off at the top up here. We'll hold the rest flat now and see what happens. I mean, this is just memory fears. This is mostly memory stock selling off. SanDisk, MU, Spacex, Nvidia pulling back now from the high break, or the opening high it broke. Yeah, we only got 4 contracts left, so we made money, but
Is that a dog barking?
yeah, that's sassy. Yeah, remember, guys, so the Apex $17.76 250K eval sale ends tonight at midnight. Use code BGT if you want to help support the channel. But it ends tonight at midnight. You still get the activation fee discount up until the 14th. But it does end today at midnight. So if you want some cheap 250K evals on Apex, now's the time to load up on them. I'm loading up on a bunch here. So if you want to check it out, here's the link. They are an affiliate of mine. Of course, I'm biased here, but there's the link. Check it out.
All the support is appreciated, you guys. You know.
Yeah.
And you know you want to anyway, and we know you want to.
I know, you know, I know, you know I want to. Guys,
You know it.
yeah, oil is what's driving a lot of these fears with yields, but oil's starting to fade back down. It's under 70s again. So that could be an optimistic thing when markets fear high yields like they do now. All right, there's a pushback. There we go. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit to this, see if that rebound effect continues here, but MU and SanDisk still at lows. We can hold the rest of this mostly flat if it doesn't work, but there we go. We're going to take a little bit off there, about a third. Where's Bitcoin at today? I haven't looked at it as much today. I'm assuming it's I'm assuming it's down. Yeah, I mean, higher yields is bad for Bitcoin. Same thing with gold. And oil being up so much probably negatively impacts Bitcoin here, but
Yeah.
a little bit of a rebound back up. I'm going to hold this flat on the rest, though. All right, we're going to get out the rest right here. Flat, break even. Too much risk.
John, is it just me, or is the repartee on this channel incredibly witty?
Oh, dude, we're hilarious, dude. Trust me. You know, I know.
Knew we were.
I know we're hilarious. All right, guys. I'm probably going to go ahead and cut it out of here. Again, are you guys red? Before I leave, are you guys red or green on the day? I'll probably cut it out of here now. But red or green on the day right now, guys. Let us know.
One of those two.
Yeah, definitely one of those two. Bitcoin is dead.
Also, before we
What's
go,
up,
John,
Martin?
I'm thinking of starting a satirical version, like a satirical comedy version of Landman called "My Name Is Oil." What do you think?
I like it. I like it. My name is Oil. So I asked people, are you red or green? Green, green, red, heavy green, green, small red, red, green, red, terrible red. Pretty split down the middle here, just like our poll is. Yeah, y'all be careful today. A lot of sell-offs in memory freaking people out. Again, if you want to use my code, check out Lucid. Lucid's great because it has end-of-day drawdowns and everything. No daily loss limit on Lucid Flex once you're funded, and no consistency rule once you're funded on Lucid Flex. So Lucid Flex is what a lot of the good ones use because you have more free payout options on Lucid Flex. At the end of the day, drawdown means it doesn't follow you higher as well. So if you want to check out Lucid, here is that link. It's a great way to help support the channel. We appreciate it. Remember, tomorrow we got Fed minutes and more. But you can check out Lucid right there. Again, Apex's big sale ends tonight at midnight. Code BGT will get you the max discount. Take Profit Trader is great for beginners. You know, great withdrawal options on Take Profit. So if you want good payout options, Take Profit is great for it as well. Tradeify is good if you're in overseas, as well as it has their select plan, which is very similar to Lucid Flex. So code BGT will get you the max discount on all of those. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate everybody tuning in for the stream. Appreciate the love, guys. Thanks so much. And yeah, y'all be careful today. A lot of craziness going on. We'll see you guys later.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Not investment professional. Some of the links are affiliate links, as you guys know. And love to everybody here. John from the shadows logging off.